stream. I'm gonna take a moment to get everything on screen because I starting late, but I'll be probably going a little later. I'm not sure if I caught something. Or if I've been choking like an idiot. Because I'm not trying to do a pirate software bit, I swear to God. I've been coughing like crazy today. I haven't coughed in about an hour, but my throat still hurts. Or I guess it's been about 2 hours now. I haven't streamed anything for a little bit. Because I don't think there's been, well, this Willy Mac thing actually happened, I think, about a week or two ago. And I wanted more stuff to come out about it because it, you know, I didn't think it was going to be interesting enough without more information. That has not happened, really. So I want to kind of give, like, I guess, like a summary of what's going on, but also explore a little more into it. So I've got a collection of, I think, about 3 videos and a shitload of tweets. Now, an unfortunate part of this is that a lot of people have deleted their tweets throughout this entire thing. So it's been kind of hard to keep track of things Willy Mac has said, things that Kuihman or Aiden have responded to. I should probably give like a rundown of what's happening because the video won't cover it. Because it's crazy. I mean, I guess you can already tell what side I'm on almost. I don't know. I'm not like on a side. I'm trying to figure out what happened to. I think I have a pretty good idea, but I'm trying to see if there's like something I'm missing. Did I misinterpret something? Was some information left out on Twitter? And that's what I want to see. But I'm pretty sure I have a right idea. I'm pretty sure I know what's happening. Let me just make sure audio's good, and then we'll keep going. So what I'm pretty sure is happening right now is there was like a really big misunderstanding that Willy Mac is taken really, really far. Okay, I think we're okay. Essentially, there was like a weird mix-up with doxing. This is what this is about. It's about doxing. So it stems from, I think, this is the part that I'm most unclear about. So take this with a comically sized spoonful of salt. J-Stalk got doxed. I'm pretty sure he was doxed because he's in a relationship with a crazy person and they doxed him, but I'm not 100% certain. So, Willy Mac, what he's trying to, we'll see the tweet later, but I do have it. I didn't archive it. Maybe I should have archived it, but he hasn't deleted the tweet yet, so we'll see. Willy Mac signal boosted J-Stalk's dox. He's like, oh, you do stop doxing J-Stalk, Gisticle, Jew-Stalker, whatever you want to call him. Stop doxing him right now. See, oh god, my brain is fucked. Also gonna be playing Hearts of Iron 4 because I don't think my eyes, had a headache. I don't think my eyes could handle turbo overkill right now. Stop doxing J-Stalk this instant, you rube, you moron. Which got, of course, tweeting that out from like a person with like a few hundred followers to your few thousand followers is kind of crazy. People got mad at him for this. And then he seems to have ignored that first layer of stuff happening. And then his docs got put out on Kiwi Farms. I'm just gonna say it. His docs got put out. Kuihman covered it. He was like reading Kiwi Farms on live stream one day. He covered it. To like 500 viewers, okay? And then... oh god, my mushy brain. My very mushy brain. Kuihman covered it. Right. And then that made Willy Mac extremely mad. Okay? Except, this is after it was pointed out by Destiny, because Destiny has a hate boner for Kuihman. So then, Willy Mac does not get upset at Destiny. He gets upset at Kuihman, despite Destiny tweeting this out to his hundreds of thousands of fucking followers. Where is the video? So then, Willy Mac proceeds to put out a video about his doxing. Now this coincides with Kuihman's quote-unquote doxing. I don't think he doxed. I think he did, but I think it was such minor damage. And by the way, Kuihman did censor it in the uploads. He even reached out to Clippers and told them, do not put this in the fucking uploads. We might watch a clip to see if that actually did happen, to verify. But, Willy Mac is still extremely upset at Kuihman. And it is kind of mind-boggling why. Let's turn this Hoi 4 music off. That's silly. Let's move. We have a game. We have Hoi 4. Come on, pal. You there? Hello? Hi. And so this has turned into a very fucked up situation, I think, that very few people are actually covering, because it is extremely confusing. So in addition, so after all of this, after this video comes out, Kuihman is defending himself. Aiden, Augie, Dickers come to Kuihman's defense and are like, hey, what the fuck, man? And now it's devolved a bit into personal attacks. And I think Gisticle also came to Kuihman's defense, or Willy Mac also in this video insults Gisticle. I'm not just certain. And it seems like Willy Mac is just like completely sided with Destiny, despite in the larger community, to my estimation, Destiny being like persona non grata. So let's figure this out. Let's see if what I just told you is 100% true. On a scale of 0 to 100, I'm setting that at like 95. Let's go.
Adam Panada is a known doxer and harasser. If you go on his Twitter account at any time, you could see him doxing people.
I think that's pretty true. Yeah, okay. I'm taking this for granted because fucking everybody knows that he's kind of crazy. Okay.
Probably the most famous for being the one who claimed he called CPS on Ethan and Gila. He's constantly encouraged and defended people doing it. He literally opened...
Wait, he's playing fucking Hoi 4 music. What the fuck? I was very disturbed. I was like, wait, I turned that off, right? He's playing it. He's playing like weird bells and ringing.
Opened up a CPS merch line because he thinks it's so funny.
Got a hat. I did CPS. The CPS logo with the 2 skulls, of course. 2 skulls. Not a reference to anything in particular.
Skulls.
He knowingly defames people. In my last video, I pointed out that Bad Empanada constantly claims that Lonerbox's dad was part of a militia group that killed a bunch of civilians.
This man's seething hatred for Palestinians makes sense when you realize his dad was a fascist Phalange militia member who massacred them. When dad was at Sabra and Shatila, he just had to leave Lebanon due to persecution just because he... Wait, he was a Phalange member? Wait, of like Spain? He was like a serious, not just like the militarists who were trying to restore Spain's glory. He was a fucking Spanish fascist? Am I confused about something?
No evidence for it. His response is to give the most forced laugh I've ever heard. And then he just doubles down on everything he made up.
He complains that I called Lonerbox. That I said that Lonerbox's dad participated in the Sabra and Shatila massacre, which he absolutely did, by the way. Lonerbox has never disproven this until he disproves that it's true.
So I guess I shouldn't be surprised that when my docs gets found, Bad Empanada immediately posted everywhere.
Okay. All right, let's see what happens.
Uploads a video blasting my name, my bride's name, the address of her wedding.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. I kind of knew that from all the previous context of things happening, but okay.
Over the internet. It's also come out that he's swatting people, filing fake police reports, all while plugging his Patreon.
Yo, that's crazy. How do you fucking get away with that? That's one of the things that I found a bit whimsical. That's not the right word at all, but fuck it. About this whole thing is that everybody seems to hate this Bad Empanada guy. He seems to be crazy, disavowed by like everyone, and yet nobody has just like contacted the authorities or like tried to gone after him legally. It's funny considering, you know, like they went after Denims, they went after Casey Tron and all these other people, and then they're like, nothing we can do about this Bad Empanada feller. I don't know. Like, does he just exist outside the bounds of the law? Or do people just, like, not actually care that much because they can farm him for content? I don't know. Also, I guess, like, the only person who's really taken action against anyone like that has been Ethan Klein. And people generally disapprove of it, so I'm not sure. I'm not certain. I don't know.
So I figured if he's making money off of my docs, I should too. So thank you, Exter, for helping me cope. Do you have a big, fat, bulky wallet that's worn and beat down like this? Is your friend or family member living...
I have to say, I adore this new YouTube feature where there's now like a little dot and it shows you like where you can skip the fucking input sponsorship. I mean, you could kind of see it before, right? Because you could see like, oh, nobody watches this part, they just skip through. Yeah, I don't care about whatever your thing is. Whatever scam you're shilling.
2025 to get up to 42% off your order. Thank you, Exter, for sponsoring this video. So where were we? Oh yeah, Bad Empanada fabricating entire background stories about me and my wife.
A certain slop tuber who does nothing but make videos in which he attacks pro-Palestinian people and de facto, as a result of that, helps to further Israel's genocide in Gaza, has been outed as having been honeypotted by Israel.
No.
Israel is literally assigning slop tubers government-assigned Israeli wives.
Man,
dude, what the fuck? Is that true? Willy Mac, you have to prove that your wife was dying sent to you in a cargo container from Israel. No, that's fucking silly.
Assad's really good at their job because me and my girl started dating 8 years ago when I was still a nobody on YouTube.
So the slop tuber in question is Willy Mac show. He's suddenly making pro-Israel content constantly. He's suddenly making nothing but videos attacking pro-Palestine people.
I covered Assad before all this. It just turns out a war starting in the Middle East didn't make him any better at covering the news. So
I mean, yeah, what got Willy Mac, I think, like, what really shot him to popularity was, the whole thing where he like got on Hassan's stream and started just trying to like talk to him like a normal person, and that like made a lot of people realize how crazy Hassan was, I think, who weren't like really involved in the wider drama sphere. people were like, oh shit, this guy's kind of a weirdo.
Guess what? I was able to make more YouTube videos. He never addresses my actual points. It's just character assassinations for why I should be doxxed. That Empanada then doxes another YouTuber with the justification that he's a Nazi and that it's for journalistic interest. And then he says that's why it's important to dox me and my wife because she's Israeli.
You're actually allowed to reveal personal information about people, especially their real names, if it's within journalistic interest. You know, if there is journalistic reason for doing so. And
what
exposing a...
Okay, but like... I feel... like there's probably been like journalism's been around for a while. There's probably very well created definitions of what journalistic interest is. Maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like you can't just do that on a whim and say that it's actually all cool.
Clear conflict of interest in this guy's content and his personal life is journalistic interest. It's why, for example, I can tell you that the YouTuber Zoomer Historian, a neo-Nazi history YouTuber, is this guy. I can tell you this because it is within journalistic interest to do so, even though he did not release his information himself publicly. Just like how I can tell you that Willy Mac show is William McConville, and he is getting married to a...
Whoa, why are you not censoring? Dude, this is bad on fucking Willy Mac's part. What the fuck are you doing? Why are you... What the fuck? Why are you not censoring your own video? I'm not even comfortable with like having that on screen. You put you're putting your own full fucking name out there? What the hell? What? Okay.
Yale. Now, I am not going to give you the full name of the person he's getting married to.
He literally just scrolled down and showed her full name. I reported the video and he added this little blur, but it still doesn't cover her name.
She is Israeli and she was assigned to him by the Israeli government. They've taken down this page, but as you can see, it is freely available on Google. They, for some reason, as the guy who is a public figure, decided to just publicly announce in public his wedding.
How is this allowed on YouTube? He does this thing where he constantly tries to justify his reason for doxing me. He's like Ethan doxed Denims when he sued them.
This guy has no right to complain about revealing his real name to be doxing. Because Willy Mac show went on the H3 podcast, which is a podcast that frequently doxes people. And Ethan...
Dude, this is like very like association gamey. Right? It's like you went on the fucking Ethan Klein podcast and they dox people. Which one? I don't think they do. Like, well, actually, no. I had this debate today with my girlfriend. Yeah, I actually do fucking think that Ethan Klein should not be putting out full legal documents of those people and showing out their like full names and shouting out their full names on the fucking podcast. I think that's a bad idea. I don't like that. I think that's fucking shit. He's on the warpath. Ethan's absolutely on the warpath, so I don't know how anybody would stop him, but like that, it's legal. Probably. I don't like it. That kind of sucks.
Ethan's recent video talking about his lawsuit against 3 young women, he included unredacted legal filings that he made that include their real names and their real locations.
That's just how legal filings work.
Here's a video clip of Ethan Klein doxing a random Instagram commenter on his show. Ethan goes through the guy's Instagram, brings up pictures of his family members.
Commenter commented from their Instagram account with their full name talking trash to Ethan and had loads of pictures of them and their family on it. I didn't get sued. I didn't comment on your video with my full name. At the end of the day, my crimes are marrying a Jew and going on a podcast. He's nonstop lying about me and my wife, saying she was in the IDF. His fans are saying she murdered babies. He's saying propagandists should die as he's calling me a paid propagandist. They're saying we're valid targets. He posted a photo of what he thinks is my wife in the IDF, but they're actually just pictures of random teenage girls. I asked my wife what this...
Wait, what? He's actually... Whoa. He's just posting pics of random women online? That's gotta be illegal, right?
was, and she thinks it's the Israeli Girl Scouts, so he's just posting little girls on Twitter. My wife didn't serve in the IDF. She came over here at 3 years old. On top of it, he doesn't even know her politics on that situation. He's just being racist. But the worst thing he did was post the date and address of her wedding the week before it took place. He does it multiple times throughout the...
Can you stop showing it? Unless your wedding already happened, which I guess it is. He's calling her his wife. But like, can you stop showing it? What the fuck? This is like crashing out.
The video showing an archived page of our site because we did take it down to try and hide it, but nope, there it is. The time, the date, the address.
Yale and William McConville are getting married very soon. Yale, who is Israeli and Israeli government provided wife.
So now our wedding is being messed with, and they are wasting the time of our venue, the hotel, and 2 police stations. It's costing me thousands of extra dollars in insurance and potentially closing down the entire building. And my bride is coming up to me and asking me if we're about to be double homicided at her wedding. I'm
Oh
like,
my
no,
God.
baby. These
Is that what like the root of this is? Willy Mac's wife is like freaking out about this, which is like, you know, that's somewhat reasonable. That's pretty reasonable, I think, to like freak out about this kind of situation. But like, is that why you're making this video? This seems like you're putting out way more information about yourself than is necessary. And like, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't like this. This
people
is already
don't leave
super
their
weird.
mom's basements, but she sees the news. She saw 2 low-level staffers at the Israeli embassy get shot and killed. She's worried. So I'm being told by the police that I should go online and see if there's any direct threats. And I see a video made by a guy who hates me, showing all of my information and giving a hypothetical where I'm a valid target because Destiny's a hypocrite.
Stevie said anything.
Whoa. Okay. Wait. So this is Kuihman's clip. Stevie said,
Involving this bad empanada guy or anyone that supports him is justifiable, ammo. Anything is justified against bad empanada and anyone that supports him. Let's apply those standards. Why are we saying this about bad empanada? Well, it appears to be because bad empanada doxed Willy Mac's wife. So would Destiny be saying that those who dox people, those who make calls to violence or allusions to violence, should be fair game, and all of their supporters, all the personalities that back them up, all the chatters that back them up?
This is essentially a Destiny
wait, what? Wait, where's the rest of that clip? Wait, what? He didn't finish making his point. I've never watched a fucking Kuihman video. And like you can tell, he just didn't finish making his point. What is the... Willy, what the fuck? Are you kidding? He didn't finish his fucking point. Also, I gotta turn on a fan. I'm sorry for like blocking this already. What the hell, Willy Mac? He didn't... Wait, what? I don't even know. It's gonna understand. So Destiny, what Destiny is saying is that anybody who doxes and calls for violence is fair game. Is that what Destiny is? It's like, and then it cuts off. Okay. All right, that's really bad. That's really fucking bad.
snark community. This guy's narrative for the past 6 months is that I'm covering for Destiny despite me making
Also, is that fucking Northern Lion? Who's that bald guy?
2 of the most in-depth videos.
Wait, what?
Narrative for the past 6 months is that I'm covering for Destiny despite me making 2 of the most in-depth videos criticizing him.
Well, I don't think I would go that far to say that he's fucking Jesus Christ. That you're like the only guy making you make the 2 most in-depth videos criticizing him. Did we watch those videos? From what I remember about them, they weren't like super heavy on the criticism. A lot of it was kind of like light interviewing. And that was like a big complaint at the time with those videos, was that it didn't feel like you were hard enough on him, because it came across as like you're trying to be an unbiased interviewer. Maybe we'll watch those videos. But I don't feel that way.
Evidence behind this is I said Destiny is better at covering the news than Hassan and Vosh, which
Wait, what evidence? Wait, where did Kuihman say that?
As somebody who has made videos on all three of these people, I think that's objectively true, but I digress. But most importantly, it's that when these two do something stupid,
So when Gisticle and Kuihman do something stupid,
I make fun of them back. The truth is, Bad Empanada did not originate my docs.
you make fun of them back, okay?
He maliciously spread it everywhere, but my docs originated on a niche forum by this guy's
Whoa.
unhinged viewers. So when I see
So there's no evidence for this. There is absolutely no evidence. Wait, let's not
this
clip.
clip, it's obviously a dog whistle to fuck with me. He literally gets a donation that says, I understand what we must do. Wink, wink.
Anything is justifiable against Destiny and the people who support him. No? Is that not the standard? That's what he's laying out for me here.
Yeah, Kuihman is literally just criticizing his point. Kuihman's literally criticizing Destiny's point. He doesn't agree with the point. He's like, it's like a respect thing. Walk a mile in that guy's shoes or that guy's point. That is, it's obvious that he's saying that that's unacceptable.
Now, I have principles. I don't think it's no bad tactics, only bad targets. That's not me.
As he's literally showing my docs.
But Destiny is very...
You showed your docs. You showed your docs like not even 5 minutes ago. Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, he's covering it. Wait. It's in the fucking video. That's Destiny. Chud has the stats. I'd have to go and find them. But Kuihman was fucking streaming to 500 people at the time. I forget what site tracks that. It might be like I might have to pay for fucking Social Blade. But look at Destiny's thing. Destiny's thing, it shows you on the screen. Oh, you probably can't see that with the full screen. It has 230,000 views. 230,000 people looked at fucking Destiny's tweet. Okay. So then, if we go to Kuihman, let's look at his streams. Because also remember, people don't watch all the way through streams. Maybe we'll watch that. I didn't watch that today. I didn't. I think Nick's just in there for rage rating. We'll get to that. That's probably my like biggest issue. Wait, where's live? Is there a live? Does he private all of his live videos? Well, there you go. You can't even watch the original streamer that was from. That seems pretty good to me. I mean, you can see from his actual videos, he's not even getting like 5K most of the time. Versus fucking Destiny getting 230,000 at the time of streaming. What the fuck?
very clearly laying out that those are the standards that he believes in. Those are the standards he wishes to be enforced. Is if you're a doxer, if you call for violence, anything is justifiable against your supporters.
Order taken.
Okay, that's not what I'm saying, Max. Actually, I just explicitly said otherwise. Actually, Max.
He's got a shit-eating
Okay.
grin on his face. He knows what he's doing.
Dude, no. What the fuck? First off, I feel that this is hypocritical. I feel like Willy Mac has laughed at something like violent being done to Hassan in the past. I'd have to find it. I want to say it's during the Destiny stream that he did with the election stream. But even if he didn't, and let's say for a fact that that's not the case, you can't call that a dog whistle. I mean, you can, but you'd be wrong about it if you have no evidence to back it up. Is there like absolutely no way that he's actually like, no, don't. He's just, I don't know.
This then gets retweeted by his friend J-Stalk. who push the exact same narratives about me.
Let's go back to that.
He knows what he's doing. This then gets
So it gets retweeted by JStock who knows the exact same thing. It doesn't look like it. No, it doesn't. Destiny seems... So this is Dickers. And JStock's in there, but I have it cut off. Wait, can I fix that? Filters, crop, top, 190. Let's do 180. Okay. That looks good. I don't know how readable that is for you guys though. So JStock retweets, Destiny seems quite sensitive to people pointing out his hypocrisy. It's honestly so shocking to see him attempt to moralize about bad empanada. And can we get a closer look at that? So he's retweeting an image of the bad empanada thing and doesn't even have the information on screen. Dude, what the fuck? Unless it's the quote tweet from Destiny, but it seems like Destiny is the one who's like providing the most like information about the docs of Willy Mac, and Willy Mac is like, for some insane reason, heavily defending Destiny. I don't understand.
By his friend JStock, who pushed the exact same narratives about me. I'm obviously very unhappy about this. It's affecting my real life, but instead of anyone actually acknowledging this, they do what Bad Empanada did and try to hypocrisy hunt to justify their actions. They're like, why aren't you mad at Destiny? He quote tweeted your docs too.
Okay, yeah, that's like, okay, why not?
Why aren't you mad at Destiny himself?
Destiny is defending my already viral docs that's already in the hands of all of the people who hate me.
He's defending your docs? What the fuck does that mean? How do you defend a docs? He's defending your docs? What the fuck does that mean? How do you defend a docs? I have to be crazy. That doesn't mean anything.
We're acting like context and scale don't matter. It was actually kind of...
You cannot have just said that. Let's hear the full clip. Let's hear the full clip.
Why aren't you mad at Destiny himself?
Destiny is defending my already viral docs that's already in the hands of all of the people who hate me. We're acting like context and scale don't matter.
Destiny's the one who put it on the map for all of those people because it got seen by 230,000 fucking people. Bad Empanada's not like a famous guy. I don't know how many of the people who actively hate you would have actively seen the docs without Destiny retweeting it. Like, unless you can personally track where that docs came from, it's easiest to just think that it came from the most viewed source, which is by far not Bad Empanada, and not Kuihman, and not JStock. This is insane. This is schizophrenic. You don't even need like all the information outside of the video to understand the problem with this video. Because it's all in there. Except for how many views Bad Empanada and Kuihman get. I think if you were told this, and you can see the number, and you're like, oh, they're acting as if scale doesn't matter. Then in my mind, you're thinking like, oh shit, so like Kuihman and Bad Empanada get more views than Destiny. I don't know, is that crazy to think? Like in a hypothetical world where somebody doesn't know who those two are, which let's be fair, that's probably pretty common. Sees that and he's like, they're acting like scale and whatever the other thing he said doesn't matter. You would think that they're bigger, and that's just fucking wrong. Did it turn off? I'm too light sensitive. I'm a ghoul. I'm an inside dwelling ghoul.
It's actually kind of nice to see someone with a big audience who I've criticized in the past stand up for me and say this is wrong. But look at this comment.
You barely criticized him. Willy Mac refuses to acknowledge the obvious that Destiny is the biggest proponent in spreading the docs. He's the reason I saw it. Like, literally, who follows Dickers? Absolutely. Dickers has less than 500 followers on Twitter. And, like, I actually like watching him whenever he's not covering something fucking boring as hell. He is copying by saying it's different because Destiny was defending him, but Destiny doesn't give a shit. He only wanted to go after Bad Empanada / Gato. I don't know who Gato is. I don't blame him for crashing out after having his fiancée doxxed, but he should probably stop engaging with it because at this point the back and forth is only spreading it more. Absolutely. And bonus points to Alex and Spawn, whoever those are, for the back and forth that spread just equals face docs, which I haven't seen.
He refuses to acknowledge the obvious, that Destiny is the biggest proponent in spreading his docs. No, it was actually Bad Empanada who did that. Do you know how time works?
You just said that scale works. Bad Empanada is definitely like I would say like a medium-sized proponent of spreading it. I guess. I don't even know how many views. Wait, how many views does he get? Bad Emma Panda. Is it Bad Emma Panda live? Oh, he actually gets a... Oh, this is from 5 years ago. Wait. Videos? So he gets like 20, 30k views. So I still think Destiny might be bigger in that sense. Emma Panda might have done it like enough times to match the 230,000 views. I could see that happen. But then like but that doesn't mean that this characterization is any more fair because there's someone equivalent rather than like he's not even showing the stats for it. That's another issue.
They hate Destiny so much they're ignoring the very reality we live in. That's what I don't get.
You absolutely are doing that too. That's what I don't get at all. Is he perfectly fine with his docs being spread around as long as the person who's spreading it is condemning it? Seemingly so, because he spread his own docs, actually. How does Destiny defending him make it any different? The biggest comparison is to what Destiny did would be when Dogpack and Rosanna did Ultimate CP review and broadcasted improperly censored alleged CP to 1.5 million people in order to condemn it.
At all. Is he perfectly fine with his docs being spread around as long as the person who's spreading it is condemning it? At this point, my docs is already spread. The toothpaste is out of the bottle. What bothered me most in this moment was the narrative that I deserve it, or that
Wait, so then who's saying you deserve it besides Bad Empanada? And then why do you have such a hate boner for Kuihman if it's only about people who say you deserve it? Oh, well, because he thinks Kuihman is like a dog whistling to have Willy Mac destroyed. Okay. Okay. Seems like you're running off of assumptions and you're making some very rash maneuvers because of it.
it's part of some greater Destiny justice. If Kuihman pulled up my docs and only said Bad Empanada sucks for this, I wouldn't care. It's the dog whistle call to action that's the problem. It's so obvious. Yeah.
It's not obvious because it took you until 9.5 minutes to say that, or maybe you assumed it was obvious, but then are still like explaining it anyway. If it was obvious, you would never have to explain it, right?
Yet I'm seeing respected commentator Augie call me a hypocrite because I said doxing is wrong.
Oh my god. You... Holy shit, Willy Mac.
This is from a month ago. Willy says, you should delete this. It's just doxing and a shit thing to do to someone whose worst crime is being annoying on the internet. So you have that situation there. So there is twice replying to JSOC's docs, but then he got upset about fucking his docs being shared.
Yeah, holy shit. It's as if context matters.
Yes, the context is that you signal boosted JSOC's docs. But because you were defending it, it makes it okay? That's it. That's the logic in Willy's head. It's fundamentally broken logic. So it's not like he's irredeemable, if that's something you even wanted. But it's definitely something fucked up from his end. Like, holy shit, dude. You fucking serious? Oh my god. It's like, yeah. Yeah, that is a problem that you doxed him. It's also a problem that you replied to it.
It's as if me calling out a tweet that already has 100,000 views.
Yes. Yeah.
Doesn't add any negative effect.
Because, okay, so here's the other thing. Whenever you tweet it out, you are getting viewed by your audience, who may or may not agree with you, or you in that particular situation. This is like spastic, but whatever, right? Just because you're defending him, one, doesn't mean that the people who normally agree with you agree with the person you're defending. And two, you could be retweeting it to people who had never, like, in the algorithm, they were completely disconnected from that person, but slightly connected to you. So it's not like you're not doing any damage. I never claimed that Kuihman wasn't doing any damage, but on the scale, because he wanted to bring up scale, the simple viewing of that can lead to, like, more deranged people finding out about it.
Pearl clutches and gives this big performance about my quote tweet.
Also, like, I feel like we've lost a lot of knowledge about, like, white knighting, almost. This might be a weird thing, but, like, what nobody is doing anything that's, like, explicitly illegal, or at least nobody's calling for it to be, like, anybody is sent to jail, right? And pardon me if this is deranged, but, like, what if you had somebody who, like, agreed with you and they're like, oh fuck yeah, they did tweet just JStock's face, they did dox JStock, I'm gonna fucking destroy that guy. Yeah, then that would be a problem, and now you're signal boosting that. Like, you don't have responsibility over your audience. One, I never thought that in the first place. But, like, holy shit, I feel like this is such a mess of so many different ideas and flaws that Willy Mac is, like, not putting out into the world, but, like, that he has of what is, like, good, defendable, and what's not. And it's really fucking with my brain, for one. But in general, it just seems so strange.
I showed you 2 times. Here he is doing it a 3rd time just a few days ago before I even did this stream. And I actually had to, like, tell him, I was like, dude, delete this shit, right?
Yeah, he does, oh.
A few days ago before I even did this stream. And I actually had to, like, tell him, I was like,
yeah, it was like, stop tweeting that out. Just because you're defending it doesn't make it okay. You're still showing it to an audience that may or may not have deranged people in it, and you want to keep. And it's fine to have deranged people, whatever. That's going to happen, but you should minimize PII, personal identifiable information. And I think any online circumstance,
like, dude, delete this shit, right?
But on this same stream, Augie shows the uncensored link of JStock's docs. He also replied under JStock's docs on Twitter. So what are we talking about? Are we gonna call Augie a doxer? No, because they don't actually care about this.
I thought we were arguing about the scale of damage as well, right? I think you're acting as if scale doesn't matter. Jesus.
He's just being performative to justify what's happening to me. Augie acts confused throughout this entire segment.
Literally days after he threw a hissy fit. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't really make any sense to me. It's like, what the f are we talking about here? I mean, what argument are we making here? This is just crazy. It makes no sense.
I know why he's confused. It's because he never plays the original clip that made me mad in the first place. He just summarizes as they criticize Destiny, and that's why Willy's mad.
So, I mean, if you want to criticize him for that, that's fine. But it seems like all he's doing is pointing out where Augie is like hypocritical, and that's it. But I don't think that matters that much, because I'm not entirely even certain where like Hoggy, oh my god, where Augie's stance is on this whole thing. Besides, like, hey, you don't think that doxing is good. You don't think that proliferation of a dox is good. You should stop tweeting out a dox.
Bothered by this, but instead he was bothered by some stuff that Kuihman and J-Stock were saying. And basically what they were
Also, I thought another point of this was like actionable people in the audience and calls to action. Where's Augie's call to action? Is that like, that's the thing. He's bringing up so many like points to be like, here's this flaw, here's this flaw, here's this flaw, but then not applying them universally across to every single like person he's criticizing. Willy Mac. So it's like scale, and then forgets about scale, and he's like call to action, forgets about call to action. It's like deranged people in an audience, then he goes to like somebody who has like the least amount of deranged people in their audience. It's like, are you okay?
were saying was it's kind of hypocritical for Destiny to get upset at, you know, Willy Mac for getting doxxed when he has a history of doxing people and is currently right now calling for their doxes, right?
So he never plays the context in that
Okay, yeah, I think that's pretty true. So he never plays the context.
acts like the reason I'm mad is because they called Destiny a hypocrite. Nothing about my wedding or my bride. How is
No, what? He explicitly mentions you getting doxxed. Wait, did I miss that in the clip? I thought he explicitly mentioned that.
Basically, what they were stuff that bothered by
summarizes as they criticize Destiny, and that's why Willy's mad.
too bothered by this, but instead he was bothered by some stuff that Kuihman and J-Stock were saying.
So yeah, this is like, I mean, even Willy Mac was doing this, where he's like reshifting the focus away from the doxing into like whatever the fuck Kuihman and Kuihman and Aiden were saying.
And basically what they were saying was it's kind of hypocritical for Destiny to get upset at, you know, Willy Mac for getting doxxed when he has a history of doxing people and is currently right now calling for their doxes, right?
So he never plays the
Okay. Yeah.
context and then acts like the
What, the context? There isn't like a clip of context of Destiny. There's like chat logs that came out about him. Because there's fucking moles in his server where he's asking for like Bad Empanada, J-Stock, and Kuihman's docs. That's out there. I'm pretty sure the J-Stock or Bad Empanada one is even in his interview video. It's in someone's video. They all kind of mesh together, especially when my brain is so mushy.
The reason I'm mad is because they called Destiny a hypocrite. Nothing about my wedding or my bride. How is that possible unless you're being bad faith? I'm not even sure if Augie knows what a dog whistle is. He's like, unless Kuihman pulls up Willy's docs and then says, I love doxing Willy, it's all fine.
This isn't even really a point against Willy Mac. It was
That, okay, first off, that's the point of a dog whistle, is that they're not like universally hearable. So I feel like that's a pretty fucking dumb thing to say. The point of a dog whistle is that not everyone can hear it. And you're getting mad. You're getting mad at a cat for not hearing a dog whistle. I mean, why do you even need a fucking metaphor for this? The entire word, the entire like spot of phrase is a fucking metaphor. And you're getting so fucking... Dude, this is ridiculous. This is actually silly AF.
mainly a point against Destiny. I don't think at any point Kuihman was like, yeah, and he got doxxed. I love that. You know? I don't think he ever said that, right?
Bro, if you're this stupid,
Also, like, is that not hard to believe either? Because, like, the other people who are doxing you are so in favor of you getting doxed? Right? Because, like, Bad Empanada is, like, fine with it. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a fuck. But then, like, Kuihman's like, I disagree with that. He's smiling. He's laughing. He's like, dude, I don't want you to fucking do that. Do not do that. It's like, that's a dog whistle. Augie, Why can't you hear the dog whistle and I can? All right.
Stupid, make life better for everybody, and just quit. Destiny has recently doxed J-Stalk and Kuihman. His motivation behind this is that everyone they associate with him ends up getting doxed and harassed, so he's doing it back to them. The victims I know are Destiny's girlfriend, Dan Saltman and his family, me and my wife, Hutch and his family. Augie pulls up Destiny's employees saying she was swatted.
Okay. These are just doxing victims on Destiny's
Was
side?
also swatted. Now, why would she be saying that she was also swatted in a reply to this clip? Is she saying that J-Stalk and Kuihman had some part in her getting swatted? Or that their communities had some part in this?
Yes, obviously, but
Wait, what? I'm writing that down. I'm actually writing that fucking down. Willy Mac show thinks Erudite was swatted due to the efforts of J-Stalk and Kuihman.
it's all just a coincidence to Augie. Augie pulls up another example of a Destiny viewer saying they're getting threatening letters sent to their house, and Destiny's like, I don't believe them, but even if that happened, it's still not that community's fault.
A couple months ago, because I'm a fan of Destiny in the JSOC server, someone in his community sent a letter to my home. I've moved
Oh my
since
God.
then. Thanks for telling us, by the way. To my house saying I defend Destiny because I want to rape my wife and my patient.
Oh my god. So someone deranged in JSOC's community doxed this guy? This is just like a random person on the internet. I'm not sure how much I believe that, but okay.
I'm gonna put an X to doubt on that one.
Yeah.
Even if it did happen, right? Who's responsible for that?
What about the guy dog whistling that I'm a valid target and getting a dono saying they understand his orders?
Wait, what? So like far after this fucking situation happened that they're talking about? Because that can't have happened. I mean, I guess it could have. But there's like, such a low chance of that happening at the same time as Willy Mac getting doxxed. What the fuck? Willy, this is terrible. Willy, hey, man, this is terrible, eh? I shouldn't be streaming, but I want to. I want to cover this. This is fucking ridiculous. This is funny. I mean, I get the point is that it's like a wider spread issue, maybe, but like, oh, this is bad.
Anything is justifiable against Destiny and the people who support him.
I don't think
That he's not literally saying that. This is cut so fucking maliciously. Willy, this is evil. This is an evil fucking cut, and I can't believe he made that cut. That is terrible. That is awful, actually.
I think creators are responsible for every one of their unhinged viewers, but it is not normal for a community this small to have
They only get 3K views a video. Oh, and there's Aiden.
so much doxing coming out of it. I've made videos on communists, Nazis, misogynists, feminists.
Where is the doxing coming out of it? He still hasn't proven. He's said it many times, dude. This is dude. I'm playing Hoi 4. I'm literally like, this is Hilter. Hilter has a quote: "Tell a lie big and often enough, and it'll be believed as truth," or something like that. It's probably Confucius probably said that, but I know it's attributed to Hilter a lot.
Scammers and traffickers, people with millions of followers, yet this tiny little community is where all this doxing takes place, and it's just out of their hands. Dude, they're obviously feeding into it, but Augie knows nothing. He can't even recite me goofing on them accurately. J-Stalk has criticized Destiny for creating a metaphorical rape machine, partially because he had sex with BPD girls. Then when these girls call him out for being abusive, everyone thinks they're just crazy. J-Stalk then had sex with the same BPD girl.
Everything Destiny's saying here is true. Actually, it's not true.
So you're not saying whether one, they are BPD or not, or two, that Destiny seems to actively go after them. So which is it, Willy?
Actually, everything Destiny's saying here is complete bullshit. Destiny says, and to think that this was the same guy, JStalk Jewstalker, who spent the last year saying having sex with mentally ill people equals rape. Crazy, huh? No, you f***ing retard. That was never the argument that you have sex with mentally ill people, that means you're raping them by default. The argument is that you don't give a fuck about their consent because you'll share their images, videos of them doing all kinds of sexual stuff. You'll share that with anyone.
No, Augie, JStalk actually specifically said it's not about sharing images.
I think that the main talking point is that Destiny distributes people's nudes.
Is he watching a video from fucking RFC show number 10? How old is this?
And like, it's like a weird
I think that's not the main talking point. I think one of the a massive talking point here is the infinite rape machine, okay? How does the infinite rape machine work?
Okay, so that could mean a lot of things. What is the infinite rape machine? What does that mean? You might have to pull a better clip. I'm gonna listen to that again, but
of them doing all kinds of sexual stuff. You'll share that with anyone.
No, Augie, JStalk actually specifically said it's not about sharing images.
I think that the main talking point is that Destiny distributes people's nudes. And like, it's like a weird
I think that's not the main talking point. I think one of the a massive talking point here is the infinite rape machine, okay? How does the infinite rape machine work? It's a massive talking point. Which you'd know if you're a part of if you watch the Sunday video, it's not just about nudes, bro. It's about a system that let this happen for so long.
And what does Sunday?
so, okay. Alright. Let's fucking go. So, I don't know. I think that's pretty clear, is he's not saying that's not a talking point. He's saying that's just not the biggest one, and that he has, like, a personal bigger issue. So, like, they just have different priorities. Alright.
They say part of the machine is Destiny targeting mentally ill women.
And the victims are also selected, either for mental illness, allowing them to be easily construed as hysterical or deceptive when they complain.
Yes, this is absolutely a thing that JStalk has been, like, a bit hypocritical on. Yes, we understand. For context, because why not? JStalk is like, he said something along the lines of dating a mentally ill woman is equivalent to rape. And then he proceeds to date a mentally ill woman who was previously dating Destiny.
Complain about their treatment.
So when it leaks that JStalk is having a secret relationship with the same BPD girl and she crashes out on him multiple times, it's funny. I'm giving.
Well, also, that's not like an infinite machine. That's just JStalk picking up seconds, right? That's literally just him. If he did it like over and over again, that's the infinity machine. If he did it like a couple of times, and so far he's only done it once, I feel that that's very different to what Destiny does. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's similar, but I don't think so.
Them shit. I'm allowed to talk shit back to these people. I talked to Augie about the same exact thing a month ago and told him if he wanted to find it, he could just watch the ending to my second Destiny video. But he didn't watch it. He'd rather make stuff up. Bro, you're sitting.
Did he? Could you provide any, like... Well, you can't prove a negative, but could you at least, like, shore up your assertion by showing, like, here's, like, his video. I watched through his videos and he hasn't shown a single fucking thing. Fucking asshole.
Sitting at a computer right now, feel free to use it. Augie ends this hour-long segment on me summarizing that the
Okay, what did he even say there? Because that might be something I could verify.
to these people. I talked to Augie about the same exact thing a month ago and told him if he wanted to find it, he could just watch the ending to my second Destiny video.
So, watch ending to content cop Destiny, the interview. That was my Discord. My bar is the hotkey I use for muting. So it was not your end.
Yeah, but he didn't watch it. He'd rather make stuff up. Bro, you're sitting at a computer right now. Feel free to use it. Augie ends this hour-long segment on me summarizing that the only reason I'd be mad is because I'm stupid or because Destiny controls me, feeding into the narrative that got me doxxed in the first place.
What, that you're like a Destiny dick suck? Is that the narrative that got you doxxed in the first place? Is that you like Destiny way too much? Because, after this, after you putting absolutely no blame on Destiny, it's hard not to see you that way. It's actually kind of difficult to see you as anything but that, because you are so willing and so I don't know what the right word is, to try to tear down Augie, Kuihman, Aiden, J-Stock, Dickers, that you're ignoring and defending Destiny because he defended me whenever he... It's just a disconnect in his brain. Or maybe like lack of connection for other people is what he would probably think. But yeah.
It's hard to like logically understand why he's posting this shit. I mean, the two options is literally just he's like brain dead retarded right now.
I might have fucked my yeah, maybe. I might have fucked my thing up because I didn't realize that facilities in the new Black Ice update get negative 40% build speed. Fuck.
Or he's controlled opposition.
Really? That's all you could think of? Well, let me give you a third option. Our wedding is having to prepare for fake bomb threats, and my bride is worried about us and our family getting shot. Augie never once brings this up as a possibility for why I'm frustrated. It does.
So I guess another thing would be is like, and this isn't information I guess that should even be out there, but when did the wedding happen? And did Kuihman stream before or after the wedding? Because if he streamed after, this is like complete bullshit. If he streamed before, okay, I guess there's a little more credence, kinda, sorta. But I'm still very uncertain. But I guess it would push me in the direction of that's ever so slightly more correct.
Doesn't cross his mind. Seriously, if that's the extent of your analysis, you need to quit. In my last conversation with Augie, he told me a story about how he quit drama for a year because a guy named Salvo was...
This is not building a bridge, by the way. That's another issue I have with this video. Is that this does not come across to me at all like Willy Mac is trying to like, guys, can't you just understand where I'm coming from? Can't you just see that this was like extremely stressful? It freaked us out, and I might have been a little rash, but it was a very tough and stressful time. I had to prepare for a wedding. I got doxxed, all this other bullshit. Instead, he's like, fuck you guys. I can't believe you didn't completely and totally defend me. Fucking quit your jobs. Fucking stop being... You're so fucking incompetent because you didn't defend me. What's with this guy?
Is doxing and harassing him and his family. So where is that same sympathy when it's happening to me and my wife? He shares the same empathy meter with Ian.
You know, my empathy meter's only maybe like a quarter of the way filled up.
The most reassuring news I got was when my wedding planner told me that she talked to the venue and they told her that the riffraff doesn't bother them because they've done celebrity weddings and that they're in a Jewish neighborhood, so they're used to getting calls like this. In one sense, very reassuring because it means our venue wasn't spooked, and in another sense, very depressing because it means people are just calling and harassing this place because they're in a Jewish neighborhood. I don't know what should happen when it comes to Destiny or a snark community doxing each other and others, but what I do know is Bad Empanada needs to be banned. He nonstop slanders people, doxes people, and harasses them. He recently swatted Kraut by falsely reporting him to the Austrian...
Whoa. You reported Kraut? No way.
...police for hacking his alt Twitter accounts. I don't think they were ever hacked at all.
Basically, he accuses me of hacking. Bad Empanada accuses me of hacking. Specifically, he accuses me of hacking 15 of his banned Twitter accounts.
His evidence of Kraut hacking him comes from a tweet where Kraut says he's archiving his accounts. That's literally it.
This here is the central claim. He claims, I got illegal access to 15 of his 22 temporarily banned X accounts. Well, what did I tweet? I tweet, yeah, we managed to get archive files containing everything Bad Empanada tweeted with 15 of his 22 suspended accounts. Well, how did we get this? We went to Wayback Machine and typed in his accounts.
So f***ing obviously is not you hacking him.
Wait, so did you interview Kraut for this?
He's saying that tweet...
Why did you move... Wait, what? Why did you move the censor bar? The identity of Kraut the parrot.
Obviously
Why did you move
is
the
not you
censor bar?
hacking him. He's saying that that tweet is evidence that he was hacked.
Yes.
Bad Empanada actually just uploaded a video on why he thinks his police report was justified, and in it, he just reads his complaint.
So this is probably the most serious thing that he did, in that he publicly implied that he had hacked my social media accounts and obtained private information about me that is otherwise inaccessible from doing so, and that he was going to go through it and share it.
Hey, no neck, he's talking about the public tweets you posted. Oh yeah, this tweet where Crouch says he's going to screenshot the unhinged stuff I say, yeah, that's evidence he's going to hack me. Please believe me, audience. Like, how stupid are his viewers?
An archive file containing everything Bad Empanada tweeted with 15 of his 22 suspended accounts. Now, you can't really get an archive file of someone else's Twitter. The only way you can get the Twitter archive file is by having access to the account, so that's very suspicious, isn't it?
Or you could just go to your public Twitter page and screenshot all your tweets. He's so desperate to sound like a victim here, when he's the one who falsely swatted Kraut.
He didn't want me to think that he had engaged in potentially criminal activity.
Okay.
Why did he make a public post implying that he was engaging in that activity? Public posts that clearly the Vienna police who investigated the case thought were suspicious enough to warrant an investigation.
Okay, so this is just like, yeah, he's doing something that everyone universally like disagrees with. Okay, that's fine. That's whatever, right? We disagree with it. That's bad. We understand that that's bad. We disagree with it. Yes. Okay, we got it. Good. Yeah. Do you have to drag it out this long? Like, I get it. I don't know. Is that too mean? Is that too negative? I just feel like we know already.
Investigation and an interview.
What Bad Empanada is not telling you is that the police dismissed his complaint as having zero merit. He's essentially reading his own complaint and then acting like that somehow makes it more legit. It doesn't. This is only a small portion of how stupid this police report is. In short, the police closed the investigation because it was a massive waste of time. But this still allowed Bad Empanada to get all of Kraut's personal information. When the police closed the investigation, Bad Empanada wrote an email threatening Kraut to stay silent on it.
Hi, Joseph. I did not swat you. You gave me legitimate reason to believe that you were hacking my accounts in an attempt to divulge my private information and posted very public threats against me. I'm relieved to hear that you apparently denied that you were really engaging in this behavior. I will not apologize for taking basic measures to protect myself, like filing a police report. When you publicly made such statements, I would prefer to not have to talk about this publicly, as you will note that I have refrained from doing up until this point, because I legitimately never did any of the things you claimed I did to you and have no wish to embarrass or divulge any personal info by releasing any of the files I received from the public prosecutor's office on this case.
Or in other words, stay silent or I'm going to post all of your personal information I got from the police. Kraut has vented a bit about this, so Bad Empanada has already started lying about the facts. Kraut is currently going around claiming that I swatted him. In reality, I reported him to the Vienna police because he was openly posting on Twitter about he was stalking/doxing me for months. The prosecutor thought the evidence I provided was suspicious enough to warrant an investigation, especially one about him illegally accessing my data. Kraut told me that the Austrian police are obligated to investigate every report, and the investigation came back saying Bad Empanada had little more than circumstantial evidence, that his accusations of violent threats can both in objective and subjective manner not be proven due to there not being any violent threats, that the accusation of libel or slander is not detectable. This video is so embarrassing by him. He is non-stop lying. And from what I've seen, Bad Empanada has no evidence. He's just wasting everybody's time to get a dox. Seriously, how is this guy not banned from everything? There is some good news though. Bad Empanada is apparently on the run. I thought it was just a meme when he posted, "Today's stream is delayed as I am fleeing to a different country." But it turns out this might be real, as Ethan is monologuing his next move to track him down. Bad Empanada is on the run. He knows we're closing in. We suspected he had fled back to Australia, but upon further research and verification, he's actually fled to Uruguay. This information is probably shocking for him to hear, as he went to great lengths to obscure his escape from Argentina to Uruguay. Bad Empanada, if you ever decide to return to Australia, will be immediately notified and a torrent of lawsuits will follow. You are easy to get in Australia.
I just got a Discord notification. Okay. I'm trying to determine how I feel about it. Because, like, but again, I mean, I don't think it's good to dox him, but if everybody thinks he's doing, like, illegal shit, And he does seem to be like actually swatting people. He probably does deserve some like consequences, like a fine. Maybe prison time? I don't know. It depends, because like there are those like horrible stories of the false doxings where people will like get annihilated by the police, by SWAT teams, or like their dogs or their cats. And if this is happening in real, that's terrible. I mean, it is happening in real. Fuck. I guess I meant like in Austria, if you get swatted, is it the same as getting swatted in America? And who else has he swatted, I guess? I don't know. It feels like he's crossed enough barriers that he's like undefendable, and I kind of agree with that actually. I do think Bad Empanada is kind of undefendable with all the stuff he says. Yeah, I don't know.
Which is why you're doing everything to avoid returning. Why am I telling you this? So he looks over his shoulder every day. We are coming and we will win. You can run from us, but we will catch you and we will ruin you. Have a nice day.
Bad Empanada chimed in. Does it feel good to be hated literally everywhere you go? I mean, first of all, Bad Empanada, you're outcast from society. Like, we live in Los Angeles, California. You are on the run.
I mean, you know you're a piece of shit when even Hassan pulls up Bad Empanada's video of him doxing me, and even he's surprised about what's happening.
Just like how I can tell you that Willy Mac show is William McConville, and he is getting married to a Yale.
Why are you just like not censoring your own name in this? Can you censor your name, please? Why? I really don't like that you keep repeating or letting Bad Emma Panda repeat your name. I don't appreciate that all too much.
Now, I am not going to give you the full name of the person he's getting married to, but I can tell you she is Israeli, and she was assigned to him by...
Bestest Kib, to be honest. This is Drama Slob Empanada content? Yeah. I don't really fucking give a shit about this.
Like, I appreciate that he stopped watching immediately, but why are we acting like it's just slop? I'd argue it's a bit more ill-intended than slop content.
Because he stopped before he got to the worst part. What? This is soul-sucking. This is actually starting to destroy my soul. He's like... just not engaging with it. He's like, you watched the video, and Hassan's like a third of the way through, and he's like, yeah, fuck it, I'm done. Unless he did watch it, and Willy's just not showing it or telling us about it.
Hassan is the guy who thinks the subreddit LSF posting his stream clips quantifies as stalking and harassment.
If I was a smart person, I wouldn't be getting ritualistically humiliated by socially maladjusted freaks that are agoraphobic on a daily basis in a mass harassment campaign online. But I do that for a living.
But Bad Empanada posting my personal info, it's just drama slop. Then he watches them again a few days later.
Bad Empanada is a good example of this, where I think he's like a crazy person. He is chaotic good, if that makes sense.
No, it doesn't. Please explain.
Like, think about how little little time I spend like shitting on Bad Empanada or whatever. Because like, I think he's coming from, like, we have different methods. We have different tactics. We have different techniques.
His tactics are doxing, false police reports, false CPS reports, slandering people constantly.
But overall, we're working on the same side.
Hassan is literally saying he supports what Bad Empanada is doing. Like, Hassan clearly knows at this point who Bad Empanada really is. He literally had a one-on-one conversation with him where Bad Empanada said these people deserve to be harassed. Meaning anyone who might...
Personally, I don't think that there is enough going on up there in that noggin of his, but sure, maybe.
Mildly disagrees with them.
Be mean to them. If they feel bad, if they feel harassed, honestly, great. I don't give a f***. 'Em. Each and every one of them. We need to be mean to these guys. We need to be assholes. They deserve it.
He knows the guy he's supporting is doing this and purposely promotes him anyway. A week passes and they're talking out about my docs and peddling lies about my wife to discredit valid criticism about them. They're just trying to assassinate my character.
You're just doing investigative journalism. They're saying Bad Empanada unearthed that. Is that true? I think Bad Empanada or somebody unearthed like the Willy Mac shows getting married to like an IDF lady or something, which makes sense. He was the guy who did the big expose on like you with the Al Ali bombing, hospital bombing, right?
Yeah. He's a brilliant political, probably one of the best minds in politics right now.
Truth. So yeah, compromise.
Like, man, I just keep forgetting. You could justify anything as long as you're more pro-Palestine than the other guy. I want to end this video with a story. When I was at my most overwhelmed figuring out all the new logistics for the wedding, Ethan Klein actually hit me up and offered to organize security for it so everyone could have peace of mind and enjoy the day. He had no reason to do that. I don't know Ethan. I've made videos on him in the past, but he reached out anyway and lent a hand when he had no reason to. What got me was a text he sent me saying, "I got you, bro. Don't worry, your wedding will be perfect." It was, so thank you. Subscribe to the channel and buy a wallet. Shout out to the homies over on Patreon: Crimson Glass, Riveter, Christina Vina, Dranko Beck.
Yeah, okay. I thought that was pretty bad. There's like I guess it's good in the sense of it's good in the sense that it spurs discussion. But all in all, I thought that was kind of bad, actually. I think the entire thing with Augie, Kuihman, Dickers, Aiden, and J-Stock was terrible. That was a horrible mischaracterization of that the entirety of it. That sucks. And I'm surprised he did that. That seems crazy to me. Okay, so now we have another video lined up. Well, okay, so that's the thing, right? The first half of that video about Kuihman and the gang, I'll just say that for simplicity's sake, was bad because it's just mischaracterizes them completely. And the second half of the video is bad because it's just saying stuff that everybody already agrees with. So the first thing I wanted to pull up is a Dickers tweet. So Dickers dug into the person who actually doxed Willy Mac. And they are a Kiwi farmer, and there's no link to Kuihman. Somehow, he doesn't directly tie this guy to him, but yeah.
Guy's unhinged viewers.
So
This Bad
is
Empanada did not originate my docs. He maliciously spread it everywhere, but my docs originated on a niche forum by this guy's unhinged viewers.
So yeah, he does directly say his unhinged viewers. There's no evidence of this. He's just assuming because he hates
when I see this
Kuihman.
clip, it's obviously a dog whistle to fuck with me.
So there is absolutely no reason for him to assume that it's Kuihman at all. There is no fucking reason. So then Kuihman had a rebuttal. Oh, this isn't it. This is like a random person, but Kuihman's retweeting this guy. That has J-Stock's face, and I am not looking at that. Brother, you replied to... Oh, it has it right there. I'm going to cover that up. Wait. I'll just block that. Fuck. Brother, you directly replied to his picture 2 weeks ago, and what J-Stalker did isn't even close to what you did. Are you completely compromised? What am I missing? And we can bring this back on screen. Destiny seems quite sensitive to people pointing out his hypocrisy. It's shocking to see him attempt to moralize about Bad Empanada. And then Willy Mac is fucking weird about this. It's not like a direct connection, but it's like, come on. This I have listed as J-Stock's rebuttal. What is this? You have to provide evidence of me doxing somebody or if me coordinating with other people to dox others. You can't do either. The closest thing anyone can point to me is retweeting someone, Dickers, criticizing Destiny's hypocrisy about doxing, who quote tweeted someone who posted another clip of some creator criticizing Destiny's hypocrisy on doxing. Yeah, that's it. It doesn't have actual doxing. It's so, like, moronic. All these are in reaction to the original Destiny quote tweet. In the tweet on my timeline, none of Willy's information is visible. In reality, I banned anyone mentioning Willy Mac show information from being publicized from my chats and disavowed it. The idea that moronic DGGers are attempting to say I doxed anyone is laughable, and unfortunately that moronic DGGer seems to be Willy Mac. It doesn't matter if he's actually a DGGer, because that's what he would take issue with. It's like, I'm not a DGGer. I don't even know who Destiny is. I fucking made 2 hate videos on Destiny, and then you watch them and they're like, hey, so like, what do you think of Cherry's pussy? Oh, fuck. It got deleted. No way. Wait. I had this. I literally prepared this right before the fucking video. So, wait, it wasn't this one. Fucking Willy Mac deleted the tweet. Willy Mac surrendered. Oh, no? Oh, never mind. Well, there was a... Fuck, Willy Mac tweeted something... Okay. He actually did delete a tweet. Okay. So this was just something that I found really funny. Aiden posted, "It's so over. August 14th, 2025, Flamenco is still cool with fucking Willy." This has got to be parody. But it's just fucking funny. Oh, it's just actual Twitter? Okay. So then here... this is Dickers showing off that... So basically, there was a tweet here at one point. Nobody archives anything, including me. But essentially, this guy, Ryle Kittenhouse, tweeted Willy Mac's docs, and then Willy Mac retweeted it because Ryle was defending him. And it's so crazy. I think this is insane. So, before we get back to other tweets, I just wanted to post that, like, I guess I didn't do it very well because I didn't archive anything. Willy Mac has been super weird about this. We have another video. This is Kuihman's response to the allegations.
Doxer and harasser. If you go on his Twitter account at any time, you could see him doxing people. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised that when my dox gets found, Bad Empanada immediately
Ape TV
posted everywhere. Uploads a video blasting my name, my bride's name, the address of her wedding, all over the internet. Truth is, Bad Empanada did not originate my docs. He maliciously spread it everywhere, but my docs originated on a niche forum by this guy's unhinged viewers.
What? Huh? Dude, surely people are going to point out how insanely dishonest this is. What is he even pointing to there?
I've made videos on communists, Nazis, misogynists, feminists, scammers, and traffickers.
Also, I didn't even realize, what is the point of you even saying all of that? What is the point of you pointing out that I've made videos on blah, 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 blah? Who gives a fuck? What is the purpose of that in the video?
People with millions of followers, yet this tiny little community is where...
Whoa, I got notifications? Oh, sweet.
All this doxing takes place.
What?
That was funny.
Where is the doxing?
What doxing is coming out of these communities?
Yeah, fucking, I don't think anybody had a good reaction to these videos. Who has actually watched them. I don't think a single fucking person in the dramatary community has had a positive reaction to Willy Mac's video. Which, you know, sometimes you're totally in the right and everybody else is in the wrong. Sometimes you're in the wrong and everyone else is in the right. It happens.
Are we just Keffels now?
Are we Keffels posting now? What are we doing here, dude? This is fucking insane, bro. Willy's flaws and all, his mishandling, I will happily take his side. Yes.
Oh, not Tommy C. No, not Tommy C. Oh, God. Not Tommy C. Not again. I can't do this shit anymore. No, I'm just being funny. I covered the Tommy C. Chud drama a while ago because I was like really confused about what was going on. And Tommy was just like going crazy. I think even like I wouldn't be surprised if he's only taking Willy's side because he saw that Chud took the other side.
If Willy's got evidence, he's got to come forward with it, at least to satisfy them, but I don't care if he does or doesn't.
I mean, that's better.
I decided to take a look at it. I dug into it to see what truth, if any, there is to Willy Mac's allegation against Kuihman and his community. The user who found and posted the link to Willy's wedding announcement page mentions Kuihman 0 times.
Where's the proof?
Whoa.
No fucking proof. But you know what, guys? Kuihman's an asshole, so fuck him. Kuihman's mean to me, so fuck him, dude. That's the standard that Willy Mac show is creating right now.
There is no evidence at all that this person is in any way affiliated with Kuihman. It is completely made up, to be clear. 2 seconds.
Yeah, seems like it.
2 seconds of Googling.
Nicholas Diorio has now officially blocked me on Twitter for being slandered by Willy Mac.
Now, why about probably 6 of you are in the stream? I just wanted to briefly talk about this Willy Mac show drama because it's what's been requested upon me by everyone.
Your friend is making doxing allegations against somebody who you have also publicly feuded with.
So I'm probably this is the thing I would take shit for. I don't think Nick has to respond because I actually don't think he has defended Willy Mac all that much. Silence is violence sort of thing, you know? Where I just don't think he has to. Part of it's because like this is such a mess anyway, and digging through the accuracy is going to be crazy. And Nick also has the ability to talk to Willy Mac personally. So even if... Wow, I'm the water-brained idiot, aren't I? So, like... Nick has promoted him. He has watched Willy Mac videos in the past. But I'm pretty iffy just because he hasn't done so recently, and I'm not certain. Like, they're putting people put a lot of stock in him being friends with Willy Mac, and I just don't think that's really the case. I don't think he has to. It's not like a Bo Black situation where Bo Black's was like an immediate friend of Nick Diorio. Unless I'm missing a lot of context, and I could be. I could totally be missing context. I'm pretty sure everyone is kind of exacerbating more than real how friendly they were. And maybe I'll eat shit for that later. We'll see.
Like, that's probably something you should at least look into. No?
I think the commentary community can probably handle this one on their own.
At least watch the fucking video.
There's really not much I can say or do.
Do you think it's appropriate for Nick to respond? Bearing in mind that Nicholas has watched a bunch of Willy Mac's videos recently and even like defended it. Yeah.
I wish you both luck in your forever war.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't think that's totally unreasonable. I don't think he has to. I don't think that's like a huge disservice to the community for him to not respond. I might be crazy. I don't think it's a massive deal.
I had a back and forth with Nick, right, in his Discord. He's basically saying that he doesn't owe us anything to respond to interpersonal community drama. And I think that framing is completely dishonest, and I think it's completely cowardly. A YouTuber with hundreds of thousands of subscribers who gets hundreds of thousands of views, who you've previously said is kind of like a gateway to normies into drama.
When I see Willy's video, I see like entry-level video that gets you to Ryan Beard's video. Willy's not like internet people, and he's not terminally online. He's just like some fucking guy who makes commentary videos. I just think that Willy's like a turbo boomer too. And again, I think that's also being removed from this conversation.
Just dropped a video.
So that's in the context of, I think, something very different to what's going on right now. That's like a completely different conversation. I somewhat agree, but in relevance to this, I don't. I think this is actually just Willy being deranged. I don't think him being a boomer has anything to do with it.
With one of the most dishonest, malicious segments I've ever seen, where he straight up lies about Kuihman, tries to paint his community as doxers, doesn't show any proof, and then he makes a segment about Augie.
Basically, what they were saying was it's kind of hypocritical for Destiny to get upset at Willy Mac for getting doxxed when he has a history of doxing people and is currently right now calling for their doxes, right?
So he never plays the context and then acts like the reason I'm mad is because they called Destiny a hypocrite.
Where he completely misinterprets his point too, which I think is on purpose.
So he plays the clip of me saying, I don't think Kuihman has celebrated your dox. I don't think he's made arguments supporting you getting doxed. And
well, play is that's probably part of this clipping, but play the video is even that is like inaccurate. He like he cut that shit the fuck up.
Willy plays that clip and he's like,
seriously, if that's the extent of your analysis, you need to quit.
And that's supposed to be like the mic drop in the video.
It is.
He forgets to
that
actually respond
ass.
to what I'm saying. Why is what I'm saying stupid?
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. Yeah, that was like an insane moment.
I've been tired of dealing with it for 6 months with no retribution, so now we do the retribution.
Stevie said anything involving this bad empanada guy or anyone that supports him is justifiable ammo. Anything is justified against bad empanada and anyone that supports him. Would Destiny be saying that those who dox people, those who make calls to violence or allusions to violence should be fair game?
Wink, wink.
Anything is justifiable against Destiny and the people who support him. No? Is that not the standard? That's what he's laying out for me here. What is a way I could have phrased that point? That Destiny's standards...
Destiny has recently doxed J-Stock and Kuihman.
...leave his own supporters and fans open to being doxed and harassed.
Well, no, that's absolutely true. But the issue is with that, with even saying that, is that Willy Mac didn't engage with you in the first place. Instead, Willy Mac is like, you dog whistled. You dog fucking whistled, dude. You're a dog whistler. He didn't even engage with what you were actually saying because of some fucking reason. I don't know. And it's not like he couldn't have. He just decided that he would rather be a prick about it. In a completely like nonsensical way. It's oh god.
His motivation behind this is that everyone they associate with him ends up getting doxxed and harassed, so he's doing it back to them.
Self-defense doxing, is that what we're doing now?
How could I have phrased that to where Willy Mac could not have accused me of dog whistling in the way he did?
When I see this clip, it's obviously a dog whistle to fuck with me.
How is this a real video, dude?
Willy acknowledges that Destiny has doxed J-Stock and Kuihman, and he says that's okay because everyone that hangs out with Destiny gets swatted and doxed by their communities.
The victims I know are Destiny's girlfriend,
yeah,
Dan
it's fucking
Saltman and his family,
ridiculous.
me and my wife, Hutch and his family.
Any evidence that they've done any of this doxing or okay with it?
Anything is justifiable against Destiny and the people who support him.
I don't think...
Nice clip, by the way, where Kuihman is clearly saying that that's what Destiny's position is, not that he supports...
So, I don't know. I think Willy Mac was, like, fucking stupid. And he showed off a clip that actually, like... Well, I am also kind of blackpilled on the YouTube community a little bit after like my fucking accidental rage bait thumbnail got a shitload of hate for a video. But like I actually think the clip shows off how exactly that Kuihman is explaining a situation. That it's very specifically he's explaining like the hypocrisy of Destiny in that situation. But for some reason, Willy Mac is taking it as like a dub for himself. That fucking Kuihman's dog whistle. It's so crazy. It's just it's so like a self-sabotaging edit. I don't understand.
Towards that standard of morality. But again, this is Willy's dishonest fucking editing right there.
In the clip, I explicitly state that I'm not okay with doxing. Now, I have principles. I don't think it's no bad tactics, only bad targets. That's not me. Anyone knows this is my position, that I don't agree with no bad tactics, only bad targets. There's not a wink and a nudge. There's not a, oh no, but actually we do. No, I don't. Unequivocally. Like anyone that has watched any of my content would know.
You're supposed to trust Willy. Just trust
I
him.
haven't watched it, but that just seems like a general like opinion, and nobody has presented anything to the contrary. Now, Willy Mac has asserted to the contrary, but he hasn't actually like said anything substantive or substantial, or backed anything up with evidence. Maybe we got a Diet Coke. More water. And also at this point, do you even need to make a response? I don't know. Maybe you do. Actually, wait, this is something I want to check out before we continue. So this is 13k likes and it's rounded up to 200k views.
Earlier this
Is there another video? Oh, this one isn't too far off. That one has less likes.
Over the past month, I've been covering
That one has about the same.
What is happening right now? I'm seeing
That one has about the same. So this one actually is like garnering more likes than normal.
Guys, why?
Willy claims that it was my audience that doxed him initially.
At the end of the day, my crimes are marrying a Jew and going on a podcast.
But I had no idea until the Bad Empanada dox was viral that his girlfriend or wife or whatever was Israeli or Jewish. Not to mention, of course, this was weeks after Willy Mac had already been doxed that this clip happened. So the idea that it contributed in any way is absurd on the face of it. On top of that, one of Destiny's dox attempts on me is in both of his videos.
For these DMs about you saying like, hey, I wish has this person been doxxed yet?
Just feeling like Kuihman, I'd kill him if I could. I'd choke their fucking house into it. Bro,
Oh
I swear
my
to God, if I
God.
quit streaming, I'm gonna go on an assassination mission, okay? People are gonna start disappearing one at a time, okay?
And in his second video, he plays a portion of the non-consensual cherry audio and shows all the KF posts of where to find it. So the idea that I am getting blamed for leaving a video playing on autoplay that Destiny has already quote tweeted to 200,000 people, the idea that I am getting blamed for that when I censored it in the upload.
This whole community that's apparently so dox hungry and
Yeah.
so vicious. As soon as they found out that Willy was deeply upset by this Kuihman clip, JStock deleted his tweet, Dickers deleted his tweet, and even the fucking Clipper
Got throwaway to censor it on Twitter, even though I usually don't control the people that fucking clip my shit at all.
even that guy removed his tweet and re-uploaded it censored. And I'm supposed to look at these people as malicious doxers? Sure.
Yeah, that is absolutely deranged. Because Willy Mac is just wrong. He's just wrong in this situation. He uploaded a video lacking full context, and he just like wants to assault these people. And he totally comes across as he really likes Destiny. Willy Mac, if you're watching, I hope you come to your senses. This is like really weird. What the fuck, man? He's not gonna watch this fucking video. What, dude? I take this in out for 2 seconds and I go deranged. Okay. Anyway, it's just so strange. I just, like, never in a million years could I imagine that this would have happened. I guess that's what I'm trying to get across. Is that, like, who could have expected this? Who could have expected that Willy Mac would just, like, this is a crash out moment. This is, like, unforeseeable disaster. Excuse me.
They're like, why aren't you mad at Destiny? He quote tweeted your docs too.
Why aren't you mad at Destiny himself?
Destiny is defending my already viral docs that's already in the hands of all the people who hate me.
I'm sorry, Willy. I don't know if this fucked Willy or not. Oh, I guess now I don't care. Now I just fuck it. If your doc's your docs, I'm not gonna let that slow me down.
We're acting like context and scale don't matter.
What? Are you fucking trolling? Okay, so if context and scale do matter. Look, my docs is already out there, dude. Like, what do you
that
expect?
was
Okay,
so
well, then what the
crazy.
Fuck you mad at Kuihman and J-Sock then? Their tweets are after Destiny's tweet. 200,000 people saw your docs because of Destiny. You know who else has been fucking docs recently? J-Sock and Kuihman.
I'm at a loss over this Willy video right now, to be honest.
This is fucking insane. This is fucking insane.
I'm at a loss over the Oreo's utter cowardice.
I'm just blown away by the lengths at which efforts are being made to hang this all around Kuihman's neck.
That is what Willy's doing. He has been fighting with us for months and only now attempts to even remotely engage with anything anyone said in one of his videos. Because, why? Because he found an opportunity to shut down criticism. Obviously.
Yep. I mean, that seems to be it. Like, what else can you even say that it is? That's exactly what it seems to be. It's just so crazy, dude.
And that's why Willy Mac Show doesn't want to debate people or engage with people in a conversation, because he can do stupid shit like this, where he can deceptively edit the video.
They hate Destiny so much they're ignoring the very reality we live in.
But listen to that language. Willy's using Destiny's talking points here.
Willy does not care about this doxing incident, okay? This is pretense. Purely pretense, because it's a safe way to swing at me, to swing at J-Stalk, to swing at Augie, because we put pressure back.
I mean, seemingly, yeah. Yeah, it does kind of seem like that. I don't know. I don't know if I can think that far. I don't know if I can think that complexly right now. But it just seems like, I don't know what else to interpret it as. It just seems like he's using this as a bat against fucking Kuihman, Augie, and everyone else. But he's like, I could also see this being like completely unintentional. That fucking Willy like genuinely thinks this for some reason and is like, yeah, you guys really fucked me over, didn't you? And they're just like, no, what are you talking about? I mean, that's exactly what's happening. So strange, so odd.
I know that Willy really values people being able to hop on stream and back their arguments up. As he said, he was so positively about Destiny. So I'm hopeful that he's going to hop on stream with Augie at some point and talk about this and back up his argument.
Willy's not dumb. Willy's not an idiot.
I feel like Kuihman's being sincere.
He knows what he's doing.
Willy's malicious.
He can get away with that because nobody likes Kuihman.
You're prescribing a doxing allegation to his community based on nothing. It's crazy.
Willy's malicious, and he deserves to be called out.
Quit. In my last conversation with Augie, he told me a story about how he quit drama for a year because
also, I just want to say the music selection for this is fucking baller.
a guy named Salvo was doxing and harassing him and his family.
Wow. So now Willy Mac Show is just leaking conversations that we've had.
First of all, I never told him that's why I quit the fucking internet.
Because what actually happened is a couple months ago, Augie and Willy had a private call
where I called him trying to ask him to debate Kuihman because I wanted to set up a debate on my fucking channel.
Where Willy was venting.
And he's rattling off, speaking like 1,000 words a second, talking about
some of his frustrations,
I love this music.
fears,
I'm actually okay. Look, I'll be real. I'm kind of just jamming out to the music at this point. This is really fucking good.
Worries about getting aped all over social media.
How their
getting
communities
aped
have just been a giant fucking pain in his ass.
Aped and torn asunder.
And he's obviously giving me all of his reasons why he doesn't want to debate him.
And Augie, in an attempt
to relate with them,
to commiserate and empathize.
I'm like, yeah, I know what it feels like to have communities go after you. And I mentioned like the Salvo thing and stuff like that to sort of let them know that like, yeah, I get where you're coming from.
He doesn't say, I quit the internet because of this.
But then when he started explaining explaining more and just going off, you know, I start pushing back and questioning. I'm like,
Oh, well, what are they doing? They're harassing you? What's happening?
well, how these communities really engage in this sort of way.
Augie tried to sort of push back and ask a couple questions.
And he gets nervous.
Willy freaked out.
And he's like, dude, are you recording me?
Are you recording right now?
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Are you recording me right now?
Yeah, but I'm like, dude,
You try to set me up?
I'm your fucking friend. I'm not gonna record you.
Because he fears that I or Chad or someone is in everyone's ear trying to turn people against this guy.
What do you think? I'd be like, taping
Wait,
you to
really? I wasn't catching that. Sorry. I have kind of just let the video play. Fuck. I'm a bad reactor. Trying to organize my fucking ships in Hoi 4, okay? It's hard. Huh. Anyway. I don't think I caught that before. But yeah, I guess that is kind of I forgot where I was. Jesus Christ.
friend. I'm not gonna record you.
Because he
he's being like that's the allegations, that he's being extremely paranoid. Which, like, I guess to be fair, he did just have like one of the biggest and what was supposed to be one of the best moments in this like great thing, you know, a wedding. Almost get completely and totally fucking ruined by doxing. So it's like understandable why he would be a little paranoid, but it definitely seems like he's going a degree and beyond. And I didn't even catch that he leaked a private conversation. I thought that would have been public because that's kind of not very appreciated to do that in most communities ever, to leak a private conversation. So that's a bit fucked up, isn't it?
It's that I or Chad or someone is in everyone's ear trying to turn people against this guy.
What do you think? I'd be like taping you to give it to Kuihman?
And that's why all of a sudden people are talking shit about him.
And I flip my camera on and stuff like that just to prove that I'm not recording him.
Not because of his own embarrassing actions.
But that's the level of paranoia that we're dealing with here.
Not because for a long time his videos have been swept for, despite being utter dog shit that failed to make any argument through the entire runtime.
Even when I'm talking in private and Willy is privately expressing to me how much Kuihman and J-Stock have run a train on him mentally.
So, like, I'm gonna be real. I don't think I've really paid attention to a Willy Mac video in ages. Yeah. I think a lot of them I'm watching by proxy. Like, I'm watching reactors watch them or whatever. And even then, the general consensus is like, this would definitely be better. And they're normally like, the best interpretations, the best takeaways you can have of the Willy Mac videos is either they reveal like a niche piece of information that's ultimately like not super important, but it's kind of cool or funny or whatever, and that it's a good intro for normies, which I do agree with. Actually, I do think his videos are like a good intro for normies, but I can also completely understand why you would be like, he's like a decent editor, he should make more complex, more informative videos. And I think that's kind of what I would prefer. I mean, he's doing good, you know, he gets plenty of views, so he doesn't, you know, don't fix what ain't broke. But to a degree, in my mind, I'm also thinking like, well, he could make like one video that's actually good, and then one video that's actually a great introduction point for people who are otherwise like not super into the whole thing. I don't know.
Not because he has no understanding of the principles he espouses and simply adopts them because they're convenient for the groups that he's in.
Even in that moment, he thinks that I'm out to get him at the same time.
But because I must have, and this is a Destiny narrative too, I must have me, a sub 10k, hard stuck, sub 10k, 500 viewer max streamer, control the entirety of H3 Snark, Kiwi Farms, Commentary YouTube, the Destiny community cast off, Hassan Piker and his entire...
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, that is... He doesn't imply that, but that is definitely something you could I think somebody could reasonably take away from that video that somehow Kuihman is more damaging to Willy Mac's personal life than all this other bullshit that's being put upon him by the communities that don't like him, that are doing this. And no, it's not those communities, guys. It's fucking Kuihman. It's not fucking Hassan. And Bad Empanada is bad, but not as bad as Kuihman. It's like, dude, that's fucking obviously not true.
Community. I somehow am the epicenter, the divergence point for these communities where everything comes together.
There's an effort to smear Kuihman as some sort of doxer so that he can act like he's not worth talking to.
I'm hearing Destiny compare me to Hamas.
This is just like the Israel-Palestine shit. When Israel does some shit, be like, you know that like you guys are gonna get attacked now by terrorists if you do this. Like, yeah, it's already happening. Like
hysteria that is beyond parody. And for what? Because I was just the first guy saying, hey, maybe people are going a little bit too far and excusing actions against people that are against their own principles. And now apparently I'm the guy who's no bad tactics, only bad targets. After months of fighting on that, after hemorrhaging viewers for 3 to 6 months over arguing that exact position, but somehow they have found a way to just manufacture this desperate smear.
To be honest, I'm glad that this happened because I've seen his nature, you know what I mean? Because he's clearly malicious now.
It just seems very bizarre that Augie was trying to get both
I mean, I kind of agree. This is, well, that's my main thing, is I'm still holding out a little bit for the sense of it's not malicious. It's, you know, don't blame on malice what can be attributed to stupidity. And I think I hold out just a little bit for that, and maybe that's unreasonable. Maybe that's not true or accurate, but I'm still holding out for it. I don't want to determine him that way, but this is really fucking malicious. This is like really fucking bad. So like I want to hold on to that, but like, is it true? Don't know about that.
Kuihman and Willy Mac on stream for a debate.
But I think it's clear that Willy will get very...
What is that music? There's music in the background. Shit, was it outside? I think there literally might have just been noise outside. Never mind. No. I heard like pipes falling.
Very nasty with you if you perturb him in any sort of way.
Shit, I need to get my laundry before the fucking laundry thing gets up. One sec, guys. Yeah, sorry about that. There's a rumor in the area about how there's apparently a laundry thief who goes in and takes people's like dryer clothes because all the dryers here are like on a in the outside, so they'll just like hop over the balcony wall, fence, whatever, and then take it because it's like super fucking easy.
A terrible, terrible doxing guy.
But, you know, he has shown that he's capable of doing this really to anyone that upsets him.
So ask yourself, why is it that Willy only engages with a single clip where he can cry victim in a completely incoherent way with the rest of the arguments in the video about doxing and his wedding and his bride? Why is it that that is the only thing Willy engages with? I think the answer's pretty obvious. I think the answer's pretty clear.
I don't know, actually. Because he hates you? Because he's being really malicious because he hates you?
I think we should get straight into this. I think we should start talking about this. So, for those who don't know, Willy Mac released a video last night, okay? It's a video mainly about Bad Empanada and Bad Empanada doxing Willy Mac's wedding. Now, Willy claims Bad Empanada is not the one who doxed his wedding. I take a slightly different definition of doxing. I think pretty much any reasonable person takes doxing to mean any instance of someone publishing a collation or piece of PII that is obscured from the public, generally, or isn't directly linked to the content creator.
Yeah, okay. That's a pretty good definition. I think there's definitely become like a bit of a debate about what exactly is PII, but I think that's pretty accurate. Because a lot of people will just like for no good fucking reason just straight up post their own PII and then it gets taken. And then they're like, I'm being doxxed, right? Like, I guess the thing is, if somebody showed Willy Mac's video in 2, 3, 4 years, somebody tries to present that like as a PII against him, is he gonna consider that doxing because he's like malicious or whatever, right? I think there's like a non-0% chance of that.
For the purpose of harassment. Now, that is what Bad Empanada did. 100%, that is what he did. Now, did he originate the dox? No. The dox originates with a Kiwi Farms post by a completely anonymous account, as far as I can see, that has 2 posts, neither of which mention me.
Okay.
I don't know how I'm supposed to have any control over that. I don't know how I'm supposed to take any responsibility for that. Obviously, this person might watch my content, but there's no way for me to know. There's literally no way for me to know. And even less, there's no way for me to take action on it. Because clearly they don't use the same profile picture or account name or whatever everywhere. So there's nothing I can do about this. Despite what Willy Mac probably wants you to believe.
Then fuck.
This Bad Empanada did not originate my docs. He maliciously spread it everywhere, but my docs originated on a niche forum by this guy's unhinged viewers. So when I see this...
Yeah, that seems... Okay, when presented in that way, yeah, I kind of agree. That does seem like completely malicious. Okay.
Clip, it's obviously a dog whistle with me.
So, I saw that video last night. And Willy Mac's basis for ascribing this to me now is a clip that takes place, and purely you can see this from the video, it makes no sense otherwise, a clip that takes place weeks after Willy has already been doxxed.
Oh. Oh shit. Well, yeah, because he's saying that you're the proliferator, right? Not that you're the originator.
Uses that to claim that I am the one doxing him, or that my fans are the ones doxing him. And that necessarily has to be the case, because in the clip Willy Mac's talking about, I'm reacting to a Destiny quote tweet of Gato Fumador.
Gato Fumador.
And this Gato Fumador person posted a video, a clip, of Bad Empanada's video of Willy Mac's docs.
Okay.
I don't watch Bad Empanada. I'm not a big Bad Empanada viewer, so I hadn't seen this video in full. I didn't know the contents of this clip intimately. And it is partly blurred. It is partly blurred at one point, and the docs does not appear until like a minute, 2 minutes into the clip. So it plays silently while I'm discussing it. Obviously, I knew what the clip was about because, I mean, everyone was talking about how Willy Mac had been doxxed. So I was tertiarily aware of sort of what was happening. But the clip plays on my stream, and this you know, docs information scrolls by while I'm making a point.
Okay.
Now, in Willy's own video, Willy says he does not blame Destiny because by the time Destiny quote tweets his docs, it's already viral.
Okay.
It's already broadly seen.
Yeah, he does say that.
Absolutely baffled how I'm supposed to have any responsibility.
I'm gonna speed him up a bit.
When the quote tweet I am covering to make my point about Destiny already has like 100,000, 200,000 views when I'm looking at it. And I have a few hundred live, and then I censor it for the VOD upload. Because obviously I don't intend to dox Willy Mac. So I censor it for the VOD upload.
They're like, why aren't you mad at Destiny? He quote tweeted your docs too.
Why aren't you mad at Destiny himself?
Destiny's defending my already viral docs that's already in the hands of all the people who hate me. We're acting like context and scale don't matter.
Yeah, that's... I covered that already. Holy shit, that was deranged.
So a few hundred people saw this through my stream when hundreds of thousands have already seen it through Destiny's video. Yet Willy Mac uses that logic to absolve himself of any culpability in J-Stalk's docs because Destiny, or Destiny's fans, had already posted it with hundreds of thousands of views. But for some reason, this logic that Willy Mac uses to absolve himself doesn't apply to me. And that's not the only point.
Yes.
Where Willy Mac is refusing to apply vindicating logic that he knows to be true, that he knows himself to believe. Where he refuses to apply it for me, but is happy to apply it for himself or for his friends.
Yes.
So, great example of this. The Dark Viper drama. I don't remember what it was, like a year ago now. Chud was obviously going back and forth with Dark Viper pretty hard over a copyright strike. In the course of this drama, Kiwi Farms latched onto it. Kiwi Farms ended up doxing Dark Viper. Dark Viper made these massive claims of people etching stuff into his door, scratching stuff into his door. And what did Willy Mac say? What did Willy Mac say? He said, you can't ascribe that to Child Logic community with no evidence. You need to show some evidence to start ascribing that to Child's community.
Does he play the clip? Because yeah, Willy Mac did say that. I'm just wondering if he actually shows the clip. We could find it. Did he already show it? Did Willy Mac show it? He might have. I definitely have a tweet later that has it.
Smear him with the insane behavior of some Kiwi farmers who happen to have latched onto this drama.
You're prescribing a doxing allegation to his community based on nothing. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not like he's just said that once, either. In the Keffels drama, Willy makes the same points. He says it's insane for Keffels to ascribe the actions of Website Zero, who, yeah, we won't say the name here for all the many reasons people said before, Website Zero, ascribing their actions to Kiwi Farms. Simply because Keffels' Kiwi Farms page was so active at the time, ascribing the swatting or the doxing to Kiwi Farms, even though the dox was reposted on there, ascribing the doxing and the swatting to Kiwi Farms is absurd. Because just because there's a bunch of activity there doesn't mean it's them, and they moderate against it. They moderate against it, much like I do, much like I always would. I even moderate against doxing, so even like it's Kiwi Farms level. He would obviously make those points back then. He has in his Keffels videos. He covered Keffels himself. He wouldn't consider himself part of the harassment against Keffels. That would be absurd. Yet, in this video, he is perfectly happy to take a bunch of unsubstantiated harassment claims from Not So Erudite, that my community or JSOX community has swatted her, trying to get her deported, I hear is being claimed. Taking this absurd claim from the schizophrenic Oda Shara on Twitter that JSOX community sent a letter to him, something that he's been asked for evidence for before and has refused to provide. You say he threw away the letter or some shit?
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, actually. I never... a letter? What?
But he's perfectly happy just to repeat these with little to no interrogations to the truth of the claims. And the idea that people are just okay with this, that people like Nicholas Diorio, for instance, who will extol the virtues of self-policing when convenient. When he wants to bitch and cry about some fucking wretched, degenerate transgender, he'll get on stream and...
Yeah, that being Bo Blacks.
And screech self-policing, self-policing. Why are you guys not keeping kids out of your communities? Why are you not, stopping the DIY HRT stuff? Why are you letting them defame people? Why are you letting Keffels call Child Logic a pedophile? Whatever it be. Perfectly happy to extol the virtues then. When it's
I am not 100% certain that this is accurate. I'd have to go back and watch a shitload of Nick DiOrio clips, but like I said, I'm just not 100% that this is like repeating his exact opinion on the situation. I don't think it's too far off, but I don't think it's exactly that either.
the Cheeto fucking up a Sniper Wolf DMCA story.
Okay, that's true. I do remember that.
Perfectly happy to talk about how everyone around the Cheeto should be turning on him, should be holding him accountable. But the moment he's in a tough spot, the moment he actually has to take a shot that might, he's always the last one off. He says, oh, I'm the guy, this is bullshit excuse. I'm the guy who has to do the dirty work and take out my friends.
I've literally taken about 7 of my friends and former associates out back and put a bullet in the back of their head, so I really don't care. I'll live with it. If you think I'm sweeping for somebody, that's perfectly fine. I've literally executed half this fucking space, so whatever. Sick.
No, you're always the last one off the fucking bus. That's the reality. That's why you feel like you're the one taking out your friends all the time. It's because you are the last fucking idiot to realize and admit when you're talking about a fucking lost cause.
I don't think that was true for... It might be true for Tommy C. But I don't think that was true for Bo Blacks. I don't think that was true for Flamenco. Those are the two that I remember. I'm not sure about John Swan. I don't even know if they were friends. I don't think he was friends with the Cheeto. And I don't think he's friends with Willy Mac. He just watches him a lot.
When you're talking about a fucking lost cause, you're the last one to admit Bo Blacks is a wretched degenerate. You're the last one to admit that John Swan is a lying, despicable, manipulative freak. You're the last one to admit that Willy Mac is completely lolcowing out, crashing out on Twitter, bullshitting, lying, and smearing about anyone that opposes him. That's what you mean when you say, I'm the one who has to take out my friends. It means you're the fucking last one. It feels like you're putting the bullet because you're the fucking last one. Mutahar, exactly. Because you read the room and you'll ride it as far as it goes. That's the reality. Willy Mac has been useful up until this point. He knows he's an idiot. He knows he's had to force feed him the correct take 700 times. He knows just the other day he was having to explain, listen, Willy, Dan Saltman's a dog, sir. He knows this. But
does he? Because, like, the thing is, he's not defending Willy Mac. He's explicitly not defending Willy Mac. He is just trying not to be a part of this. I do think, here's my concession. I absolutely do think that if Nick does ever want to watch a Willy Mac video again, he has to cover, or at least go any sort of in-depth on this drama. I think he's gonna have to. Because if he doesn't, then it's just always gonna bring back. It's like, why are you covering this? Willy Mac is like, for the sake of simplicity, Willy Mac is evil. Willy Mac is like bullshitted this. Willy Mac isn't a part of the community. He's a Destiny orbiter. He is the newest Destiny orbiter, arguably. I do think he is. He does seem to be running like way too much defense for Destiny. And I understand why other people would have that opinion as well.
Oh. But Willy is useful. Willy doesn't ask too many questions. Willy's onside. Willy doesn't swing inwards. Willy doesn't take shots inwards. Willy's useful. For a bit. For a while. Until now. Until now. Until he does something that is so broadly unpopular, anyone with any fucking sense who's left in the pockets of commentary community, whatever that means at this point, has immediately clocked that this is an utter breach of standards, a complete abandonment of the very logic that has allowed their careers to flourish for 10 fucking years, 5-10 years.
So, I don't know. Is it worth mentioning that Nick was like almost starting a podcast with Dan Saltman? Nick just seems like way friendlier than everyone else to a degree. I mean, Chud will still talk to any of these people, I'm sure. I'm sure Willy Mac would go on like, well, I don't know, actually. I don't know if Willy Mac would participate in the drama community ever again. He seems super weird about it now. But Nick is like Nick doesn't, I don't think, he's talked about the drama community a lot lately. And he's talking about how he's like, doesn't feel like it hardly even exists anymore. And so, I don't know. I think this is kind of weird. Not in the sense of like, oh, it's odd that he's bringing it up. I just think it's he's in a weird position in this whole drama.
The exact delineation of responsibility, drawing clear lines where when you moderate your community to keep a behavior out, you can't be blamed for if some anonymous schizophrenic who latches on to the stuff you're saying goes and does something in a place where you have no control. They need that logic to stand. How many dramas, if you accept this logic, how many more dramas can these people survive? How many more dramas can Willy Mac survive? How many more dramas can Nicholas Diorio survive if that logic is accepted? How long is it until they are covering someone who is also being spoken about in KF and they get doxxed?
Nick's already been doxxed.
What is my level of responsibility here? How could I have made the point I made about Willy Mac without being accused of dog whistling to swat his wedding? How could I have, what is a way I could have phrased that point that Destiny's standards leave his own supporters and fans open to being doxxed and harassed? How could I have phrased that to where Willy Mac could not have accused me of dog whistling in the way he did? There is not a single way I could have phrased that where he wouldn't be able to make that same allegation. Especially when in the clip, and you might not realize this when you watch the video through a first time, because he chops up the clips and leaves parts, you know, it gives a 5-minute gap between stuff.
Well, I think it was quite easy, actually. I think Willy Mac did a terrible job of whatever he was trying to prove there. Yeah. I don't think he did a great job.
I explicitly state that I'm not okay with doxing. That I don't believe it's no bad tactics, only bad targets. That's, in fact, been a key point that I've been hammering for 5 months at this point, maybe. For a long time. This has been a key point that anyone who has been even in like osmosis range of my community knows I have been hammering about Destiny, about Ethan, about all these commentary guys. This is, like I say, this is the Careful's thing, this is the Ethan Klein thing, and it's the Destiny thing. It's what these fucking losers do when they don't have a better response. They just start trying to loop in, guilt by association, all the people that are critical of them with the absolute worst people coming after them, with the absolute most, like, you know, insane, no bad tactics people that you can find. Whether it's Kuihman, in this case, specific Kuihman user, whether it's some random person, we don't even know who did the CPS call with Ethan Klein. We got no idea. What is this other than no bad tactics, only bad targets? What mindset has Nick Diorio adopted? Willy Mac adopted? What mindset have these people adopted other than no bad tactics, only bad targets? The exact thing they would have railed against for years. I don't think it's no bad tactics, only bad targets. That shouldn't be the case. But that's what these people have adopted, and that's what this dipshit Ace is defending in chat, as he always does. Anyone knows this is my position. I don't agree with no bad tactics, only bad targets. There's not a wink and a nudge. There's not a, oh no, but actually we do. No, I don't. Unequivocally. Obviously. Like anyone that has watched any of my content would know. So, what am I to do? He claims that a Max Striker dono, this is Max Striker, someone who will just donate like straight Nazi talking points in the middle of me saying something to try and make it seem like it's a Nazi stream, or we'll start dropping some crazy pro-Hamas shit when I'm talking about Palestine, or we'll just say shit that is horrendous optics and is made to make me look awkward, or for me to be awkward in dealing with in some way, or to have to say, okay, I disavow that. It is always obscene and stupid. And this person comes in and says, well, message received, orders heard loud and clear, with a $10 dono. Please explain to me, if that wasn't a joke, if Max Striker federal rape genuinely meant that, why on earth would they do it in a $10 donation to my live stream? I have DM.
So I guess. Oh man. There's a few questions about that. Why wouldn't you just ban them if they've been doing this like constantly for a while and give you like terrible optics like across the board? Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you ban them? I think that's something that they would ask. I don't know if I would ban them. If it's funny, seems kind of funny. It seems deranged, but I could see how you would find humor in it too. Yeah. But then, I don't know, they would just make it like a burner, right? It's just a troll. I mean, that's what it is. It just seems like a troll. I think that's another thing about taking... Like, there are just so many trolls on the internet. The internet is more like... It's like 50% normal people, 40% trolls, or maybe like 20 or 30. But I think it's pretty high. People like to just fuck around on the internet. At least once in their life, they troll on the internet, whatever. Rolling and trolling. And then... you have like maybe 5 to 10% deranged people.
DMs with this person. I follow this person on Twitter. They could come in at any time. If they wanted to go and coordinate with me about doxing, they could do it in private, perfectly happily. You know, not that I would obviously accept that. But the point is there's communication open there. They're able to do that if they wanted to. Why would they put it in a $10 donation? Are you dense? Are you fucking dense? Literally, how stupid can you be? Falling for just an obvious troll dono. Taking it totally seriously as if it's a genuine statement of action. It's absurd. The idea that you could string any commentary YouTuber up by these fucking standards. Imagine all the deranged super chats Nick Diorio's gotten. Imagine all the deranged super chats. Like, what standard are we applying?
Oh yeah, Chud Logic, for
Seriously,
sure.
what standard are we applying here? Not to mention, of course, this was weeks after Willy Mac had already been doxxed that this clip happened. The original dox. So the idea they contributed in any way is absurd on the face of it. I'm at a loss over this Willy video right now, to be honest. I'm at a loss over Diorio's utter cowardice. I'm seeing some incredibly despicable coke posts in his Discord, which Alex Gekmo was rightfully calling him out for. Because I don't usually... Look, I'm not going...
Oh, is Nick Diorio actually, like, coping in his Discord? Or, like, is that his fans? I would like to see that. I'd like to see the difference.
I don't usually go too crazy at Nick, because I do think that Nick... I don't think Nick is ever acting in, like, a way where it's like he's totally... Like, I don't like using this term, but directionally against his own principles, you know? Broadly, he's sort of in line roughly, but he's willing to sort of veer a little bit. But this is such a veer outside of everything I've heard this guy say about how online community should function, how they should self-police, how commentary should work. Completely contrary to everything I've heard him say about this. And even worse, contrary to what he said last night when Alex Gekmo confronted him, tweeted at him, asking if he was going to cover this. He said he would, and then he flip-flops today. It's absurd. And I think it's just he claims it's people are badgering him to. And he doesn't want to I don't know, capitulate to people badgering him to do it. It's because the heat's high. It's because the heat's high, and you're worried that a fake sitting... Oh,
again, I would like to see that.
Yeah, I guess the video's bad, but Willy's really stressed isn't going to fly. Because another lean on the CPS lie isn't going to fly for this one. Because another Willy's bride, but Willy's bride isn't going to work, isn't going to get you through this one. Because people might have more questions about it than that. Because people might actually want you to take a stance on Willy's principles or his arguments. People might actually want you to say, this is bad, Willy's video sucks, and this shouldn't have been made. It's fucking absurd. It's totally absurd, and it's transparent as fuck. Sorry, I do have a couple of notes just to make sure I hit everything here. Oh yeah, so 2 other things. So, Willy claims that it was my audience that doxed him initially. But I had no knowledge. Nor did anyone in my community, from what I know, have knowledge of Willy's wife being Israeli or Jewish. Now, that was actually public. That's not even dox information to say Willy's wife or girlfriend or whatever is Israeli or Jewish. He actually does have old tweets talking about how his wife's Israeli. There's old clips of him talking about how his girlfriend's Israeli. He has said that on his streams. That wouldn't even be dox information, spread that. But I had no idea until the Bad Empanada dox was viral that his girlfriend or wife or whatever was Israeli or Jewish. I think you can even find, if you really dug, you could find clips of me making fun of Willy, saying that in the photo of his engagement ring, it looks like his wife is Hispanic or Arabic of some kind. So I was actually slightly off. I was actually quite off, to be honest. I actually was accusing her of being Hispanic up until very recently. So the idea that I had any idea that Willy Mac's wife was Israeli Jewish is absurd. The idea that my community were doing it. I literally hadn't even seen the post on KF because I don't fucking read Destiny's thread every day. I just check in when there's like some big leak I have to grab info for. You know, it's like if there is some big story developing, yeah, people go to KF like commentary YouTubers do. Like all commentary, like Turkey Tall.
I've never heard anybody make an argument against Kiwi Farms. Except kind of Willy Mac being like niche internet forum and referencing it. That doesn't make any sense to me why he would say something like that. Because it implies that it's like hidden or secret or micro. When yeah, pretty much everyone uses Kiwi Farms. And I think what's funny is I think some of the people who make like the best videos, like Toastify, use Kiwi Farms. I think it's just kind of accepted at this point that yeah, like they fucking collate a shitload of information that's very helpful whenever you're making an expose or whatever. So I don't understand why it's so hated within the dramatary community. I get why it's hated outside. People either don't understand or don't care, whatever. But inside it, seems weird.
Like Willy Mac, like Nick Diorio, like any of these people would. When a big story develops, they go and visit because that is where they compile. That's what I'm looking for. Compile archives of content. So if someone in a big situation is taking stuff down, leaking stuff, it's going to be posted there. It's going to be posted there. And they've defended that. And they've defended the use of it. Destiny has defended the use of it. That was the whole Keffels arc. That was the whole Keffels arc.
Yeah, the Keffels arc, that's very entertaining. I do recommend going back and watching shit from that period. Very interesting, very fun. Time period. And yeah, I think Destiny was like very supportive of Kiwi Farms to the point where he was like donating to the cause. Or at least suggested donating to it. Most people were very pro at the time. And it kind of like a lot of that support helped stop it from going down. I don't know if Null would ever admit it, but it kind of did. Because Keffels and their friends decided to try to take it down because it like had all the bad shit that Keffels had ever done in the past on it. So it was like getting DDoSed, it was getting blocked from Google, it had a ton of like internet provider stuff removed from it, like Cloudflare took it down, which is arguably illegal. There's some basis in like, what is it? It's like a fair use thing, but for the internet. I forget what it's called though. Like internet autonomy or internet transparency. It was a big thing under Obama. Well, not big, but it was a medium-sized thing under Obama. And then Trump's like head of internet at the FCC fucking took it down, and that was like a huge potential corruption scandal because that guy was like the former head of Verizon. Net neutrality, that's what it was called. And that getting taken down enabled a bunch of stuff that would have been illegal to start fucking with kiwi farms. It was very interesting.
That was the whole thing. Was you can't just use ancillary connections to KF to ascribe all the responsibility for KF's actions to those content creators, and then use KF's ancillary nature to potential swatters to blame KF for all swatting. You can't just draw these connections of responsibility to try and rope everyone in and shut down criticism, which is what they're doing. Make no mistake. That is what Willy's doing. He has been fighting with us for months, and only now attempts to even remotely engage with anything anyone said in one of his videos. Because, why? Because he found an opportunity to shut down criticism, obviously. And from the start, I was...
Oh, okay. So this thing for you is about Willy Mac shutting down, like, how you, Chud, Dickers, J-Stock were criticizing him. So I think for you and Chud, that kind of works, but not for anybody else. I mean, I don't know what Dickers' opinion is on, fucking Willy Mac is. That just doesn't seem quite accurate, I don't think. Because I don't think they were criticizing him that much. I can understand what's coming from for Kuihman, but not anybody else.
Blatantly right. My criticisms of his first video, he worked into his second video. His second video, go back and watch. Watch Willy's first video. Watch like my coverage of it. Watch a debate with Willy. Watch Augie's debate with Nick. And then watch Willy's second video, if you get the time. Watch these pieces of content. And try and identify. Willy has never acknowledged this and never will, because he's a pathetic, embarrassing, spineless, egotistical, thin-skinned pussy, which Augie has 100% confirmed with some awesome leaks, by the way, as well. He will never admit that those criticisms were right, but he still changed the second video, incorporated all those criticisms into the second video, and did it. And did it exactly. On top of that, one of Destiny's Dog's attempts on me is in both of his videos. Her name is in both of his videos. And in his second video, he plays a portion of the released Cherry audio, the non-consensual Cherry audio, non-sexual portion, and shows all the KF posts of where to find it. So the idea that I am getting blamed for leaving a video playing on autoplay that Destiny has already quote tweeted to 200,000 people.
Jesus, yeah, that sucks.
The idea that I am getting blamed for that live when I censored it in the upload, got throwaway to censor it on Twitter, even though I usually don't control the people that fucking clip my shit at all. I don't like making recommendations to them or anything like that. I still went out of my way to fix that. Willy had to be basically pressured into fixing the Cherry stuff. It's like totally absurd. It's totally fucking absurd. Now, like I say, Willy does not care about this doxing incident, okay? This is pretense. Purely pretense, because it's a safe way to swing at me, to swing at J-Stog, to swing at Augie, because we've put pressure back. Because there has been, he's hit a kind of wall, he's feeling some pressure, and he wants to take a swing.
Yeah. These two referring to a clip with J-Stock and Kuihman. They talk about Yeet's pro-DGG bias and questionable captions. Willy's never mentioned. He does not care about doxing. And it's Willy Mac quote tweeting Yeet saying, "These two are so unlikable. Even when they're threatened with their docs, I can't help but notice how big losers they are." And Yeet's tweeting, "I got my first small beans commentary YouTuber obsessed with me. Kuihman has been molding about me in multiple stream chats for months now." Yeah, Yeet's weird. I don't know where they came from, but they seem like the best and most constant source for random clips, but I think everybody's got bias. I think it's right to call out that bias.
And I'm pretty confident even more so than I would be from just the previously public information, that this is the case. Because just now, just within the last hour or two, Augie appeared on Chud's stream. Now, one of the things that Willy said about Augie in this video is that Augie left streaming primarily due to the harassment and doxing he was receiving from Salvo Pancakes. Now, I saw Stardust, who I was about to call something else, but I won't. I saw Stardust quote tweeting or tweeting out, what does Augie think of Kuihman associating with Salvo after Salvo doxed his mom? First of all, me and Salvo are very good friends already. Okay, first of all, so don't even attempt to drive a wedge like that, because we're very good friends already. And I'm also very good friends with Augie, just to be totally clear. Just to be totally clear, we're all very good friends, actually. Now, what I will say is, despite Willy Mac alleging that Salvo doxed Augie, or his mom, or whatever, and while I'm sure Salvo, I do believe, sorry, I shouldn't say I'm sure, I believe Salvo has doxed people by revealing their phone numbers before. Salvo didn't dox Augie's mom, as far as I'm aware. What Salvo did was Salvo took a photo from Augie's main Twitter timeline, his public content creator timeline, of Augie and his mother visiting the Grand Canyon. Salvo posted a short making fun of Augie's mother and the way she looks, with a green screen background on a short. And then did a live stream talking about how he wants to fuck Augie's mom and all this shit. And that stream is honestly one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And I don't, you know, Augie might hate me for saying that. I love Augie. But that stream is genuinely one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It was actually insanely funny. I watched it like, I don't know, a year ago maybe. Stupid funny. Just stupid funny. Unfortunately, hate to say it. Hate to say it. But yeah, so Willy, you know, I understand it's not popular to stick your neck out and say Salvo's being slandered here. But he kind of just did. He kind of just did. He kind of just repeated doxing claims. I don't know if Augie called it doxing. Apparently Augie has called it doxing in the past. But just repeated doxing claims without any evidence, and they seem to be just bullshit from what I know. Like, it's just totally absurd. But it doesn't stop there. Because Augie, on Chud's stream, said Willy is completely misrepresenting that conversation. Because what actually happened is a couple months ago, Augie and Willy had a private call where Willy was venting some of his frustrations, his fears, his worries about getting aped all over social media, about getting aped in the replies, about just getting aped all over the place, aped and torn asunder, aped and torn asunder. Willy was actually venting his frustrations about this to Augie. And Augie, in an attempt to commiserate and empathize and, you know, be on Willy's level, said, oh yeah, man, it was rough for me as well when I was going through that stuff with Salvo. You know, it can really get to you. I get it, man. I get it, man. Okay. Who cares if Salvo was slandered? Very easy position to take, Smeggle, but this is about principles, okay? And it's easy to say, who cares, when it's someone you don't like. But Willy Mac is one that would endlessly bitch about Hassan for getting something wrong about Netanyahu, for instance. Are we saying Salvo is more deserving of slander than Netanyahu? That's what Willy Mac seems to be saying. Okay. What was I saying exactly? Yeah, so in an attempt to commiserate, Augie brings up his experiences with Salvo. He doesn't say, I quit the internet because of this. He was commiserating with Willy. And apparently, when Willy started talking about sort of how he was feeling, Augie tried to sort of push back and ask a couple of questions. Be like, oh, well, what are they doing? They're harassing you? What's happening? And Willy freaked out.
Yep.
Willy freaked out. Willy instantly apparently goes to Augie. Are you recording right now? Are you recording me right now? You try to set me up? Because he fears that I or Chud or someone is in everyone's ear trying to turn people against this guy. And that's why all of a sudden people are talking shit about him. Why all of a sudden people are saying, wait, is this guy retarded? Not because of his own embarrassing actions. Not because for a long time his videos have been swept for, despite being utter dog shit, being essentially clip compilations that fail to make any argument through the entire runtime in some of them. Not because he has no understanding of the principles he espouses and simply adopts them because they're convenient from the groups that he's in. But because I must have, and this is a Destiny narrative too, I must have, me, a sub 10k, hard stuck, sub 10k, 500 viewer max streamer, control the entirety of H3 Snark, Kiwi Farms, Commentary YouTube.
Yeah, it's totally deranged. Okay, this is kind of repetitive, but it's the ending section.
Hassan Piker and his entire community. I somehow am the epicenter, the divergence point for these communities where everything comes together the person pulling everything together. I'm hearing Destiny compare me to Hamas, apparently on stream today. Something that is beyond fucking parody. Hysteria that is beyond parody. And for what? Because I was just the first guy saying, hey, maybe people are going a little bit too far and excusing actions against people that are against their own principles. And now apparently I'm the guy who's no bad tactics, only bad targets. After months of fighting on that, after hemorrhaging viewers for 3 to 6 months over that exact position, over arguing that exact position, for people that I don't have any sympathy for, particularly, Hassan Piker, Bad Empanada, whoever it is they've decided to start a Denims TV. Like I give a fuck about denims. But somehow they have found a way to just manufacture this desperate smear. When I have, for months, laid out exactly what my criticisms are.
I mean, this is very reliant on having, like, pre-knowledge of, like, watching Kuihman. I think that probably makes this response a bit bad in that sense, because it requires you to watch, like, other content. And Kuihman's stuff is, like, fine. It's not my type, though. Excuse me. If we go to his channel, I think Kuihman is too abrasive. I've mentioned that on previous streams. My issue is that Kuihman is, like, a very abrasive guy, and that can be funny. If I had, like, watched Kuihman, like, 3, 2, even last year, I would have been all over this shit. But I've calmed down a lot. I don't like watching more abrasive, yelling people. If it's all anger, it's not my thing. But I get it for people who are. If I had caught Kuihman in college, goddamn, I would have been in every single stream. But yeah, these are all like hours long. You have to find the specific ones. Although I guess he's going for more of a general thing, so you could watch like any of these and get the idea.
Exactly what they are. Think, for all these people who claim, Willy, who says this all the time, if you've got an issue with my video, if you've got an issue with something I said, respond to it. Fire up a live stream and react. Do a response video. Why is it that Willy only engages, ask yourself, why is it that Willy only engages with a single clip where he can cry victim in a completely incoherent way with the rest of the arguments in the video about doxing and his wedding and his bride? Why is it that that is the only thing Willy engages with? I think the answer's pretty obvious. I think the answer's pretty clear. Yeah, or jump on Hutch's stream. I bet he won't talk to... Assume he won't talk to Augie. I would love to, if Nick would like to do his part and moderate a debate between me and Willy, that could be also... That's a neutral ground, isn't it? You know, I'm more than open to any of these suggestions. I don't think it's gonna happen. Anyway.
Oh, and that's the end. Yeah, so I think that's a pretty well-encompassing response. I think that covers pretty much everything. Again, I think he's a bit too abrasive for most people, but he's right. He's totally right. It seems like a complete and total attack, besides like a few things where it's like, I don't know if this is like a revenge thing, because some of these people are like, they don't even agree. They weren't even like targets for revenge before this happened. It kind of seems like lashing out at random people to a degree. Ugh. Because they made like one mean comment on Twitter, and it very much seems like Willy's burning the bridge. This doesn't seem to me like Willy is like intending to ever talk to any of these people again. It seems very harsh. And I don't know. I think we'll see in like a couple of weeks how this really turns out, if anything turns out of this. But I think for the most part, this was a good video and a good response for the most part. I'm a bit out of it. It is 1 a.m. I am barely surviving on Zins and cold water to keep up. Use the restroom. I have one more section. So I guess to more like expound on that point of him being abrasive, probably something I should have added while I was actually like watching the video. So I'm not just like, you're just like not, you're just watching his video for like, I think like 10 minutes there almost. Just shit on me. Is that's probably not helping him get conversations with people. It's probably not helping him like, he's right, but it's probably not helping him like talk to people or get the conversations he's asking for or anything like that. Whenever he could, if he was just like not calling Nick DiOrio shit, a coward, liar, whatever. Yeah. And again, with Willy Mac seems like he's just totally intent on burning the bridge, but I would probably have tried to be tactical at least a bit about it. And instead of being like, fuck Willy Mac, such a rat, try to be more of like the higher ground guy. Even if it is just for the response video to be tactical, because obviously this has gotten way more views than most of Kuihman's other stuff. I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't be like, whatever, but you could go in hard in the actual debate. If one were ever set up, but the chances are already so low, I don't know if it matters. All right. So now we're on our next section. More tweets. This is Augie. I don't have a listed for this. This is him just basically agreeing with it. He lied about our coverage on him and used arguments he doesn't even believe in. And I think the comments are almost better. You didn't get smeared. You got exposed for being disingenuous once again. And if you're actually dumb enough to believe what Kuihman said, you should hang it all up. I remember whenever he got doxxed. Remember when he said Ninja and I doxed him because we laughed at videos of him and Dad reviewing potato chips? I remember. I also remember when we were in cover for his buddies, now former buddies, when they would do shit like Bo Blacks did, John Swan and Tipster. Yeah, because Augie also set up an OnlyFans. Moggy. Willy is Dark Viper 2.0. How is that not real? Chud Logic owns you. I don't get this. Random person. How are they verified? Did you actually pay money to get verified? Looks like you're losing in the marketplace of ideas. Just tap out, bro. You've lost the narrative. I don't understand it. I mean, I kind of get it. People will be rabid for their fans, for the people they're fans of. But it always feels like you can have like the perfect set of evidence, and then you come across somebody who just doesn't care, and they're like, "Fuck you," and it's mind-boggling. But they just don't care. They're just there to be fans. And it's literally like X times Y equals Z, right? And you can lay out exactly what X means, what Y means, what Z means, and you just don't give a fuck. Here's the crux of the issue. How do you... Let me scroll up because I might use this as an intro. How do you deal with the fact that Willy Mac says that scale absolutely matters and does not give a fuck that Destiny's thing got 230,000 views and Kuihman's got like 500? How do you deal with that? You can't. You cannot agree with Willy Mac. It is impossible to agree with him on that statement because it is like completely false. How do you deal with the idea that Willy Mac bases everything on logic and evidence and uses that to back up all of his points, and then claims that it is a Kuihman fan that originally doxed Willy Mac when there is no evidence for the sort? You cannot deal with that. You can provide evidence if it exists, but as of yet, it does not. Maybe that guy will turn out and be like, yeah, I'm in every single Kuihman fucking video. I did it because he didn't seem to care that much if I would have done it. You nailed him. He didn't say that, though. And there is no evidence that he does, or even knows who Kuihman is. Bro, he exposed you. Why are you a Hassan simp? Hey, Augie, I know this is going to be impossible for you to comprehend, but Kuihman doesn't have to say outright that he supports doxing to be complicit in the action. Kuihman laying down truth is insane. How mind rape these little ankle biters are defending Willy. Absolutely. These people are fucking insane. You were friends with Flamenco and Boblax at some point. You gotta buy cows for the farm. You know, you gotta buy locals for the farm. Crazy to watch you guys slowly lose any and all relation to the real world. Gonna fuck you over just like Boblax and Flamenco and all the other Spurgs aligned with. Well, I mean, that's Willy Mac right now. These comments flaming Augie are insane. Based on what I read, almost no one here even watches Augie. He is absolutely none of the things he's being accused. Yeah, true. Again, I'm kind of black-pilled on this. I think people are fucking stupid. Okay. I have a clip here. So this is just
maliciously spread it everywhere, but my docs with this, Bad Empanada did not originate my docs. He maliciously spread it everywhere, but my docs originated on a niche forum by this guy's unhinged viewers. So when I see this clip, it's obviously a dog whistle to fuck with me.
So yeah, he's pretty much the same.
Sense in the world, that's the end of the story. But Chud Logic is a drama YouTuber. A drama YouTuber with connections with some of the slimiest, well, most terrible people on these platforms. And so for months, he digs up every clip that he can possibly find of me that looks bad and just lies about the context of those clips. He finds every video with anyone ever insulting me and reacts to every single one of those videos. Months crusade to find anything he can on me. This even led to a Kiwi Farms document being made by his viewers so that they could funnel content back to him.
Oh yeah, so it is like literally the same thing. I was like gonna be like, that's not the... No, he literally, yeah, that's this like last 10 seconds is exactly the same.
In which I was doxxed. It's part of the reason why I have more security now. It's because you've sought to harm me and others measurably.
Yeah, crazy.
Bring a doxing allegation to his community based on nothing. It's crazy.
I wonder if this guy is like the specific reason why those clips showed up in the Kuihman video. It's a good clipper. Oh, and that's like, yeah, that's the same thing. Okay. Things get deleted, okay? I've had to be kind of careful and like get every link, even if it's a little annoying. The Cabal is angry at me, and then Nick is like, you could say it's Willy, so 3,000 retards don't think it's about me. Yeah. It's been bad. Been bad in there. I'm not in it, so I don't know. I'm assuming. But I am assuming Nick's probably getting more hate than he probably deserves. This is Toastify. He is not like a part of this drama, but he is curious. Is there any proof that Kuihman's viewers doxed Willy Mac show on whatever forums referenced? And if Kuihman knew or was directly involved with it in any way? Anything? Are you suggesting Willy might be re-amplifying Destiny's lies without fact-checking them? Totally unthinkable. It's a Kiwi Farms poster that's been in Destiny's thread for... Actually, didn't they have like 2 posts? Dickers checked, and they had like 2 posts, and weren't both of them about fucking... Willy Mac? Kiwi Farms is a dog whistle for Kuihman Farms. So true. And then, yeah, I think that's it. The only other thing to really report on in this situation is Reddit. Let's go to Reddit, guys. Don't you love Reddit? Apparently, this is from 3 days ago. The W slur, Willy Mac, is censored in Nick Diorio's chat. So this is from, I guess, roughly like 4 days ago. Clipped live being Augie and Nick's mutual Reddit. I think Boblax was in there at one point and got removed. I don't remember. So now, never ask a woman her age, a man his salary, Nick Diorio's opinions on Willy Mac's last video. I think it's just like annoying at this point because he just doesn't want to be involved. I don't think he's gotta be. I'm becoming a broken record, and that's probably being annoying to anyone listening. But yeah. I don't know. I think it's been interesting because, oh yeah, this is another thing I wanted to show off. Willy's new video. He made a bad Empanada video that he doxed his Willy's wife and him. They had to hire extra security, and they got security from Ethan. He's blaming Kuihman for community getting doxed? Willy didn't show evidence? Kuihman's community is more evil than bad empanadas? Willy is defending Destiny's doxing other content creators? Self-defense doxing? Willy lies on why Augie left the internet, compares him to iDubbbz. Why is he telling Augie to quit the internet? Comment section is full of people celebrating the video. Yeah. It's been like demonic over there. More yeet praise. Willy and Dan podcast. I do think Willy is gonna be Willy is gonna be a Destiny orbiter now. I think I don't know, just the way I see it is that Willy has been like totally and completely He's just like randomly deciding to burn bridges, and he burned bridges with like the vast majority of the commentary community all in one video. I don't think they're irreparable, but they're pretty close at this point. The exception is Nick Diorio, and everybody else is wondering, hey, you're the only one who he hasn't burned a bridge with. Go burn it, which is not necessary. And it's good to have a person who isn't taking sides. I think like strategically, that's a good thing to do because that sets up area for debate, talking, mutual conversations. But for some reason, Willy just thinks that, like, the commentary community, with the exception of Nick Diorio, he didn't mention Chud, but Chud seems to align with Kuihman and Willy Mac at the moment. Willy Mac didn't call out Nick or Chud, but Chud doesn't seem to be, like, on Willy's side at all either. So I don't know, it's been pretty crazy. I think it's been very interesting. And I wish that there was like a nice resolution, like an outcome for this. But I don't see that happening. I actually think this is probably going to become either Nick's gonna make a video in like probably the next month or like a stream and mention it, or it's just gonna like be a forever war between Willy Mac versus the rest of the commentary community. And maybe as time goes on, Willy will lose an audience, but I think he's cultivating the deranged Destiny fans that like are like, you can do no wrong, or like that's how they think, is like, I don't care that Destiny did that weird thing with Pixie or Cherry or Melina or anyone. They're like, he is the arbitrator of liberalism or whatever the fuck. Maybe that's what he's trying to get, because he just wants like an easy audience and then like a job that pays decently. But YouTube is all about like innovation, so eventually that'll fuck him over. Yeah, I think that's it for the night. I think I'm finished. I'm done. And I don't think there's anything new. I guess I can take one quick look to see if anything has turned up, because I'm not like out of energy, but I'm definitely getting there. Freeman's British, right? So he's probably asleep by now. Yeah. That's it. Alright, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this was informative and you learned a lot about the drama, and not, you personally don't have to go through like 50 tweets and a ton of YouTube videos to understand what's happening. Willy Mac lied. Or at least didn't provide evidence for an extremely suspicious truth. And yeah. All right. Good night, everybody. I might be back later. I don't think there's like any drama I'm interested in, so it could be a while. I am thinking about doing going through some more pirate software stuff that I meant to cover and never did. There's some programming stuff that I might be able to add stuff to, but I'm thinking that we have passed the veil completely on that. So we'll see if anything comes up. If it doesn't, maybe I'll just play some games.